It's time for the hardest season of my Arkansas Dynasty series, where I play through the entire year in just one video. And this team is the best one that we've ever had. Last year, we ended on a bowl loss to Ohio State, but we spent so much NIL money on this roster that it's championship or bust. In the transfer portal, we found quarterback Devonta Worthy, who is the most accurate quarterback that we have ever had. And if you want to hear me glaze a kid, get me started talking about 97 speed, 99 change of direction, 99 spin move on Alex Merriman. He's the best running back we've ever had, and as I sit here and look through this roster, you'd think winning a championship wouldn't be hard. But let's be real, I'm not very good at this game. I made my life worse too by, on top of it being on the hardest difficulty, I found some of the most challenging sliders that send me into a mental spiral every single week. Literally. This is a touchdown that happened to us last year. It's as hard as this game will get. No, I can't do this. Are you kidding me? Now that you understand what we're up against, we got to get prepared for our first game against the Ohio State Buckeyes. But first, I want to discuss some of the youngins I've been scouting. There's a lot of gems that are on our board. 5-star Oscar Kroll could help address the weakest position group on this roster, our linebacking core. And if Ohio State's going to beat us again like they did last year, that's what they need to attack. This is a huge matchup to open up the year. Fortunately for us, it's being played on a neutral site, so we don't have to go to Ohio Stadium. It is the all-state kickoff game. And look at Rodney Fields Jr. taking this kickoff. The shifty ability just gives these guys a burst of acceleration that we really need. I'm hoping Worthy is actually worthy of starting. We don't know much about him besides on paper. It seems like he could be pretty good for us, and that's a catch. We got to start feeding running back Alex Merriman, though. He's going to squeeze through that hole to get us like 10 yards. He's done a reverse Tyreek Hill. He started as a receiver, and now we've converted him over to running back. Are you kidding me? This is how we're opening up the year? We can't be throwing picks already. Not a good look. Not a good look at all, but we might be able to bounce back from it. It's a great example, though, of why it's going to be really challenging for us to win a national championship. He got that throw out. You see what happens even when our defensive line gets some good pressure in. They're going to break that tackle. They're about to get a first down. They're inside the red zone. Not great looks for our defense early on. Cornerback Tim Ball is back on the team, though. He was a 5-star we recruited that transferred out and we got back in the portal. But what an awful way for us to open up this year. Hopefully, we can bounce back on this drive, and there's Alex Merriman. He is looking very good on the first 2 carries he's taken in this game. He's about to get another big run for us. But he can't stay out on the field forever. Rodney Fields Jr. in for this next carry, and Ohio State can't stop the run. We're about to take the lead back because they missed an extra point. Who cares about throwing the football? Clearly, we need to keep things on the ground. After how that last drive ended, I'd like to switch to man-to-man coverage, but they just toasted us. Quarterback Trey Owens had the easiest completion of his life. He's even spinning. But at least we know we're facing one of the tougher offenses we're going to face all season. There you have it, too. Kevin Crum gets in for the sack. They hit us with a halfback screen on 3rd down, and they're going to pick it up. They're going to pick it up. I was trying to adjust our defense before the play, and we just couldn't get those changes off in time. Kelvin Hunter had it, too, there. We baited Trey Owens into a terrible read. I think he's about to go down, or he's going down. I love to see that from our defense. On 3rd down, though, we're just getting destroyed in man-to-man coverage. It worked for us last season, but not as well this year. We might be able to use it against some weaker programs as well. I mean, to be fair, we are playing wide receiver university, so it makes sense. It's going to be 3rd and 6. We got a couple reads dialed up that I think will get open. We got him over the middle of the field, and Zach Forrest gets a big gain, but there's a flag. We got that pass out before the flag was thrown as well. We're still getting hit with a holding call. It hurts to see, but they're disrespecting the sophomore receiver. I might just throw it up to him here and see if he can come down with it. Look at the size mismatch. He's got that. He's got that. It's out. Okay, I thought we were going to catch the ball. Instead, we got to punt it back to the Buckeyes, a team that we have not been able to stop yet. Did he just snag that out of the air from his teammate and return it himself? This is the type of stuff that we're currently up against. RPO doesn't get them much, but he broke the first tackle. I spent a lot of our focus this offseason improving our chances of tackling guys, because throughout this entire dynasty, tackling's been one of our biggest issues. With the way the sliders are set up, we'd literally be seeing like 3 broken tackles on some plays. I swore we had that in our hands. It's like we're so close to getting stopped sometimes, but then they just get lucky. It's seeming like we're never going to get them off of the field, and that's a great play call. They're at the 2. If they end up running this ball, we're in a lot of trouble. He cuts it back. They're in. That is 3 straight drives where they've been able to score. If we're going to have any success this season, our defense has to be better. I'm not quite sure what I want to run offensively either to have a lot of success. It's about to be 3rd and long. I think we're in a really bad spot at the moment. Though that's a great throw if Micah Tease hangs on. Maybe we can trust Devonta Worthy, and he just made one bad read to start this season. I don't want to lose faith in our quarterback that quick. The good thing about running back Alex Merriman as well is since he was a former receiver, he's going to be really hard to stop through the air. But he might not be able to sustain getting like 20 carries a game, which is why we're back to throwing it, which is dropped. Zay Robinson has been with this team for years now. I needed him to hang on to the football. They might just get a hand on that one. That makes it 3rd and 10. We're going to hit him with the halfback screen. Looks like they aren't really ready for it. Our blocks holding up, and that means we're going to get a big play. I feel like we could have taken that to the crib, though. Rodney Fields Jr. takes it for 3, and we're going to mix in play action just because I wanted that ISO over on Zach Forrest. Now, one thing we can't run very well with this team is the read option. We're getting stuffed. The reason for that, though, is Worthy is the slowest quarterback that we've had in our time at Arkansas. He only has 80 speed. We typically have liked somebody that can scramble. It's about to be 4th and 1. And I think if we just quick hike this, we're in hurry up mode. We should be able to pick this up on the ground. Cut up. Merriman is in the end zone. All right, now this is a big drive to end this half because currently we haven't stopped them. They are going to get the ball to start the second half, and they just take their drag underneath. It's going to be 3rd down. No, it's a 1st. Now they're out there in 5 wide. They get a quick throw out, and it's going to be a broken tackle as they're already in field goal range. He might be gone. He might be gone. This Ohio State offense is something, man. I mean, what can we do? We're just getting dominated on that side of the ball. This is going to turn into a shootout if we're going to win. We still have 40 seconds before the end of this first half to score. Instant pressure is not good, though. We're going to get this one out. Find Jeff Bobo. And honestly, I'm looking for a one-on-one look if we can get it over on Zach Forrest. Instead, though, our tight end is open again. Hopefully, we get some man-to-man coverage here. That's what I was ready for. Good pocket awareness from Worthy. Though we could not get that ball out in time. I was trying to throw it away. Now we're just going to look underneath, and we're about to have to use our final timeout. This isn't good. We need to at least get a field goal out of this drive. Though he's in the end zone, and it's knocked out. That's 2 times where we've given Robinson a chance to make a catch, and he's just dropped both of them. They block the kick. They block the kick. I mean, you can just tell that this might not be our day. It looks like we're going to be starting this season 0-1. Maybe we can get them off of the field on 3rd and 13. They're going to send it deep. Okay, this is our chance. Just swat it away. Swat it. Swat it away. Swat it away. I've never felt more helpless in my life. I said championship or bust, and currently, there's no championship that's going on. Though, we're going to have Travis Smith Jr. deep. The transfer receiver comes up with a huge play for us that we desperately needed. I don't know why I'm trying to roll out. We got to go back to running the football. We're chasing points so much that we have just forgotten what our identity needs to be. Okay, this has to be the drive where we get our first stop of the game. Kelvin Hunter can't get over there. I mean, what can we do? This offense is insane. The Buckeyes are not just the number 8 team in the country at the moment. I think they might be the number 1 team in the country. But what a throw from Devonta Worthy. He rattled the Buckeyes so much with that they had to call a timeout. I will say, though, our rushing game has taken a major hit here in the second half. Hopefully, we can pick this up through the air. And Rodney Fields Jr. comes in to take this carry and get through that hole. Come on. We have good enough offensive linemen to finish this drive off on the ground, which we do. Defensively, though, I'm feeling pretty hopeless, and there's man-to-man just not working. The problem is their tight end, Nate Roberts, is able to get open versus it every time. So we're going to sit here and watch him on this next play. They break the first tackle, but that's it. Let's see. 2nd and 7, we got motioning going on. It was play action. We got a hand on it. We actually locked Nate Roberts up for the first time, but we just can't stick with the slant. I don't think we have stopped the Buckeyes once in this game, which is the most concerning part. That was my man. We've left him open. At least we're going to have this film, though, so we can figure out what we have to learn the rest of this year. Changes will 100% be made. They just go underneath. It's about to be 3rd down. And to my surprise, they're sitting here coming out on goal line. They're going to run a halfback toss to the outside that we can't get to. I don't know what to say. We're down by 21 points. I don't think that we're going to be able to come back against the Buckeyes. I think it's time for us to just sling this rock. If we see man-to-man coverage over on Zach Forrest, I like taking our chances here. I like taking our chances. He hangs on. You know what our problem's going to be, though. The fact that we haven't gotten a stop this entire game. Like, when we're there to make a tackle, we don't make it. Cortez Slayton has almost 200 receiving yards on us. They keep it. Trey Owens has it, and we got to make him lose it. Make him fumble. No, do not let him break that tackle. I know we're playing the best team in the country. I know that we're Arkansas. And they still probably have the better roster on paper. But at some point, we have to be able to do something right and we're going to give up the first down. Why? 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 413 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Trey Owens has made like no mistakes. And all I can say is I hope this is the best a quarterback plays against us all year. It's now 3rd and goal, 4 minutes left in this game. They're just going to kick a field goal even if they don't get in here. I finally feel like we were able to figure out something that could work more so later in the year. But for this game specifically, coming back, I just don't think it's going to be possible for us. We're going to try and hit Micah Tees. He lays out for it. I'm just going to stay in 4 verticals too. It's the play call. Zach Forrest, one-on-one. I like Zach Forrest, one-on-one. Come on, give it to the big guy. Hang on to it. There we go. After that play, I think we need to go for the onside kick and just hope it deflects off their hands. That certainly was not the best one that we've ever had. That was a great cutback. I feel like we're playing against a super team right now. They got a running back that can cut like Bijan Robinson. They have all these great receivers, and we have called a timeout with 2.5 minutes left. This is our opportunity to get the Buckeyes off of the field. They're going to throw the rock, and we can't guard everything. Knock it loose. We hit him with the hit stick. We hit him with the hit stick. He caught it. He broke the tackle. He's in the end zone. The only thing I've taken away from this game is offensively, we're pretty good. We can throw it for a lot. We might need to switch up what we're running on defense, though. It might be time for us to get a new defensive formation. I am just so disappointed by the fact that we're in this spot in the first place. Alex Merriman, though, what did I tell you about Alex Merriman? He's a beast. It's not just Ohio State's offense that has a lot of great guys on their team. That should have been a touchdown. Devonta Worthy missed him, but outside of his interception and a couple bad throws, I think he's still completed like 75% of his passes, and he takes it in on the ground. Obviously, we have a lot to worry about with our defense, but offensively, we just scored 48 points on one of the best teams. From this point, they should just be running the football. We might be able to force a fumble. Trey Owens hangs on to it, though, and we're in that hole. It's these 3rd and longs where we've just struggled to get them off of the field, and once again, we're going to struggle. That's game. It would have been a long shot anyway, but that ruins any comeback hope. 58 points on our head from the Buckeyes. A lot that we got to reflect on. I mean, this cannot happen again. We just got annihilated by Trey. I think next week what we're going to try and test out is a 3-3-5 tight defense. We're just going to switch things up. And the best part about switching things up is we get to do it against our in-state opponent, Arkansas State. So since their 30 overall is worse than us, this is a great time to test new things. I'm still just really upset with the fact that we gave up 58 points because I know our defensive line's not the best. I know our linebacking core is really weak, but our defensive backs are really good. So I just thought we'd play better since they should be able to lock up more than they did. We did figure out though, Devonta Worthy and Alex Merriman are going to be amazing. We kind of knew that this duo was going to be hard to stop. I just didn't know they were going to be that difficult to stop since we did it against Ohio State. Our first carry goes for 8 yards. This one is going to be a huge run for Alex Merriman. He gets caught. But that just looks so easy for us to pull off, and we made the wrong read on 2nd down. We have a 3rd and long coming up against Arkansas State, and we're just going to hit Jeff Bobo, who's able to run under it and make it a 4th and 1. I feel like this is something we should be able to convert. We're stuck. We're stuck. Sam Pittman's not happy. I'm not happy. And it looks like we're going to have another hard duo to stop through the air. At least we have this home field advantage on our side. First carry goes for 6. They're going to be out there in hurry-up mode, and that's going to be a broken tackle for a first. We can't even try out some of the new defensive formations I wanted to give a shot yet. As long as they're getting 5 yards per carry, they're going to stay on the field. I almost feel like it's worth it for us to call a timeout and regroup. But there we go. We'll take that. It's a missed throw. On 2nd down, he just explodes out of there for like a 30-yard gain. And they're in the end zone. They're in the end zone. D'Angelo Cooks literally just cooked us. But I did not like the fact that Arkansas State thought they could press Travis Smith Jr. That just didn't sit right with me. I also need to be more careful with how quickly we move after the handoff. The thing about Alex Merriman is he's so explosive that if I try and control him too quickly, then we're just not going to be able to get around anyone. He will run into the backs of some of our offensive linemen, and there was nowhere to go. I think Jeff Bobo is going to get open here, though. That's who we're going to look at first. Then we got Micah Tees as a second read. Our tight end, though, is in the end zone. What we don't want this game to turn into is a shootout. And I think we have found the answer to stopping the run, though they hit us with play action, and they're just going to have to throw it away. This is where we go with some cover 4. They decide to just hand it off, and they're down. We didn't even get a chance to return a punt in the last game, but now I can talk about it. I'm excited to use Rodney Fields Jr. back here. He has the platinum shifty ability, so he can get around guys with ease. And I highly doubt they're going to press us too much after that last offensive drive. This is a team that we should be establishing the run against as well as possible. It's now 3rd and inches, and I almost want to just hit them over the top Come on, Jeff Bobo. This is your chance to make a play. He hangs on to it. He's down at the 1. What a great decision. To end this first quarter, we're going to be in the end zone with Alex Merriman. We're back on top of Arkansas State. I know that's something to not be super excited about. I can't believe that we just gave that up over the middle. That was the worst play from a mid-read I think I have ever seen. And we can't get there. We got there. We didn't get there in time for the interception. That's what I was trying to say. Look at this, though. We've gotten them to a 3rd down. They have a wide open drag, and they decide to try and sling it deep. What were we doing? That was running back D'Angelo Cooks hanging onto the ball there. It's his 2nd touchdown in this game. I am increasingly getting more concerned for this team, though, and our defense, because we've given up 14 points through a quarter, basically. Is every game this season just going to be a shootout for us? Because I trust that our offense is going to be able to score a lot of points against these teams. But if we just make a couple of mistakes, then all of a sudden, we're not going to have as much success as we're hoping for. So far, sophomore tight end Jeff Bobo, he's looked amazing. We're not going far here. What I would love is if this halfback direct snap could go for a big run, but it doesn't. And I think we have the numbers on 3rd and 4. Originally, we were going to pass, but then I wanted to run it. It says we can hit from 56. Josh Neiman is an experienced kicker at this point for us, and he's going to drill this down the middle. What about getting them off of the field, though? That's where we've had all of our issues, and we might need a quarterback spy. Can we force a fumble? I genuinely don't know what we're going to do defensively to stop anyone this year. I don't know what to do. Our defense, it looks horrible. This looks so much worse than it did the season before. I know our defensive line got a little bit worse. I know our linebacking group got worse. Zach Forrest is gone, though. I don't know why you would press the sophomore receiver. He's a monster. He's like 6'5", and he runs a 4.4. Who cares about that, though? We need a solution to stop the Red Wolves. I really don't love the idea of being out here in mid-blitz, but I guess if you send 7 players, you're going to get pressure in. We got everybody drop back. All they can do is go underneath, and we're there to wrap up. Okay, that was actually a really good defensive look for us. We're going to cut it back and go down. What we should do is just control the clock to end this first half. Make this the final drive. But that run is going to be coming back because either there was a hold, illegal block in the back, holding. That is certainly frustrating to see. We're just going to hit Alex Merriman, and he got open versus the man-to-man coverage. We might even be able to pull off a reverse against this team. Micah Tease is our best receiver on paper, but we got him playing in the slot just for his skill set. He's not the best at catching or getting open, but he does make plays after the catch. And we just lost 3 yards. It's about to be 3rd down. I'm going to hit Jeff Bobo, and he gets enough. Still a minute left in this second quarter. Micah Tease underneath is going to get us 7 more. We might need to start moving the ball a little bit better, though, and we'll take a run on the ground as Alex Merriman is gone to the crib. After that, Arkansas State did nothing with it besides run out the clock to take it into the second half. And you see how aggressive we're being. On 2nd down, they get out the throw quickly, though, and they're going to be short. Okay, I'm expecting a run here. We got to bring everybody up. I'm trying to pinch our defensive line. They decide to go through the air, and they throw it backwards. That's okay with me. We locked up. We have an opportunity to go up by 3 possessions on this drive, and Alex Merriman's cutting. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. No one's catching him. Come on, all the way. This is what a Heisman winning running back looks like. I hope he can get in that race this season. It's so weird to me that coming out in this formation seems to be our best chance at getting stops. I mean, we're very exposed with double mug. We're playing inside. We're playing underneath. But against a good team, I'm not sure how this would go. I don't love that that left side of the field could be wide open. We got to guard the seam, and this is our chance to get a pick. I feel like ever since we made that switch, that's where we've played our best. We've started to control this game a little bit more, and I know the first half was close, but that's how it typically goes. A smaller school can keep up early on in the game, but as time goes on, they're just exposed for being the worser team. And it feels like that is what is happening to the Red Wolves, just because we're going to be dominant on the ground. Again, I'm feeling very confident in our offense. It's our defense that scares me. It almost feels like we got this game wrapped up. We're going to be able to scramble for the first down here and get like 20 yards. I just don't see Arkansas State coming back from this point. There's so many different players that could get open for us on 3rd and 6. Jeff Bobo, though, is the one that has been so reliable for us. And Alex Merriman should finish this drive off with a touchdown. He didn't get in there, but we're going to run it back. This time, there is a huge hole. And as this game goes on, he might be able to score another touchdown as we've driven down the field and he got in. We closed this one out super well. Our defense figured things out in the second half, which is what we needed to do. Then, of course, you got this great stat line from Alex Merriman. Going into Memphis next week, I feel a lot better than I did. And it is no surprise to me that Alex Merriman is on top of the Heisman watch list. What we have seen whenever we give somebody like him a lot of carries, though, in the past, is their health is going to take a toll throughout the whole course of the year. Right now, it looks fine, but that could change, of course. We're in first place for a lot of these guys who are ready to hard sell on, though Tennessee going after the gym receiver from Nashville, they're probably going to be able to get the 94 Speedster. I can tell you right now, this is going to be his hard sell. Our grades aren't that bad, but I think we got to get him on a visit very soon too. What I did was I put him and 3 other players on a visit when Auburn comes to town next week. But first, again, we got to play the Tigers. After that, we got number 5 Georgia, number 4 Texas A&M. Lots of rivalries coming up too, and Ohio State lost to number 3 Alabama by 6 points. So clearly, they're not as good as we thought they might be. It's why we're sitting at number 20 in the country right now. All we can do from this point forward is just continue to win. And I hope our defense can continue where it left off in the second half against Arkansas State. Memphis's stadium seats like 88,000 people, I'm pretty sure. And it is full for this game, probably the first time it's been full like this in a while. We've been starting on offense in every single matchup we've played so far, and our opening drives have never gone well for us. I'm hoping we can change that in this game. They're probably expecting the run. It's so loud that we can't even make the adjustment I was hoping to make, and we'll just take off with Devonta Worthy. They had good coverage deep, but they didn't even think that he could take off like that against them. Man, Alex Merriman's just getting started as well. I mean, look at this kid go. They're going to bring him down. But do you know how quickly it has just fallen almost silent in here? They're terrified of what he's going to do to them in this game. We're 15 yards away from starting this game right. It's exactly the way I was hoping it would go. And my thought for this play is they're going to overcommit to stop the run, which is where we just get it out quickly and go to the 4. Devonta Worthy played really well last week. He's looking solid to start this one. On 3rd and goal, though, we still need 3 yards, and I might just consider this 4-down territory. No one's picking him up. Well, I guess we're just going to have to settle for 3 where we don't make it. You know, we just can't have a solid opening drive. That is the realization I've come to. We're immediately getting them in the backfield, though. Then we switch over to a cover 0 blitz on 2nd down. We get our pressure in. We can start to drop back. And there should be no reason they pick up this 3rd and 18. It's a pretty simple formula I think we're going to rock with until someone can beat it. We simply go Tampa 2 coverage or cover 3 on the 1st down. Then we go to a blitz. Then we go back to coverage. We're going to break that tackle. 2 guys to beat. This could be a kick return for Rodney Fields Jr. It was looking promising. I actually love Jeff Bobo up the middle, depending on where that linebacker plays. And we got 2 guys right over there. Why are we throwing that? We might be making things harder than we need to. Let's just hand this ball off to Alex Merriman. At the very least, we will get a field goal out of this drive, and it's going to be a field goal. Devonta Worthy should not have missed that throw. At least we're going to have our lead. And we're just sitting here doing the same thing defensively that worked on the last drive. We've gotten them to 3rd down. I'm going to sit here and use her the safety over the middle. Tight end is trying to beat us deep, but we got all of that locked up. They take the little check down, and we're getting it back. The only issue I see with running a play like that on 3rd down is since we're only sending 3, knowing we're on these sliders, it could literally take us like 7 seconds to get in pressure. It should only take about 4, but that's just the reality that we're going to have to work with. We're dropping that. That'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Offense has not looked as well in this game, but maybe we're just waiting for a big run to be broken off. Certainly not happening on that play. 3rd and 10. I really don't want to be punting it back to them, but I'm afraid that's exactly what we're going to be doing. They've stopped our run better than any team has so far this season. Just a fair catch there. And it's always this 1st down play that worries me the most on what they're going to do to us. I've left him wide open. They're going to throw it late, though. He comes back to make the catch? That's disgusting, man. We got to at least put our hands up. Halfback screen gets them nothing. Now we're in mid-blitz. We're hoping that they just hand this football off. It's a quick throw out of there, and it's going to be 3rd and 6. I think we got to just play coverage here. I'm giving up the slant. They didn't take it, but he has all the time in the world, so eventually he's going to see the wide open read. That's off ascending 4 guys too. I'm not quite sure where our defense was there. At least we just got a great blitz though, and it's 3rd and 19. We should be able to just drop back in coverage and get a stop. They're going to throw this one up, and I'm going for the pick. We had the positioning. I'm sorry, but senior Cameron Keys is just way too good of a corner to drop that ball. It's inexcusable from him. We're going to go with halfback draw on 1st down, let Alex Merriman get some stuff going on the ground. Even though this has felt like a slow start to him in this game, he still rushed for 61 yards. And that's on 8 carries. He can just easily glide for 15 on any play. Like right here, we get the 1st down. The fact that he has 97 speed with 99 change of direction, 97 juke move, And then also, I think he's got like 95 break tackle. It's just a recipe for success. Rodney Fields Jr., his backup, is incredible as well. We've run the ball quite a bit though, so I'm fine with mixing in a pass here. What we're going to look for is just our best receiver, Zach Forrest, underneath, who takes us to the 10. And Memphis is being smart. They've called a timeout. We're just going to get a quick throw out to Jeff Bobo on this next play, though, and we're in the end zone for the first time in this game. They still got time to score before the end of the half. I don't think I've utilized Jeff Bobo the way that I should, though, so far this season. And I say that after feeding him the ball a lot. That's how good he is for us. They catch it and break the tackle. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I think Jeff Bobo is the best mismatch we have out there on the field. No routes are open. They get it out late, and they drop it. We sent 6 players, and it just didn't seem to matter that much. We got cooked there. I mean, I can see where they're open. We knocked it out. I'm really not loving how they're getting that much time back there in the pocket, but we're good on third down. Oh, that's the easiest pick of all time. Come on. If we're smart, what we can do after they've given it back to us is just take it to the half. No chance of a turnover, but Rodney Fields Jr. gives us a chance to get a field goal. So you know it's time for Devonta Worthy to shine and see how much he can get us through the air. I don't think they're going to be dumb enough to give us any one-on-one looks deep, which is going to leave underneath open. But getting more than a field goal is going to be very challenging for us, except it seems like Travis Smith Jr. has been able to run past the guy on him. Now, all of a sudden, we got 9 seconds, still 2 timeouts remaining. That was a great blitz for them off of that edge. We got to make this a very fast play. And we dropped the football, but Josh Neiman should be able to bounce back from his missed field goal earlier on, which he does. You know, even if we haven't scored as much in this game, we've been playing so much better defensively that I don't really care. I knew that the speed option was coming. They're going to get a first down. It doesn't bother me, though. This handoff has nowhere to go, except this guy's going crazy. All right, that's back-to-back good plays for the Tigers. They're not going to do it 3 times in a row. If we're just going to stick with the strategy we've been running, it is time for us to send 6 or 7 here. We have to decide if we want to get in with Patman, and it works. Every time we do that, though, I still feel very risky because when I've tried to do it in the past on this game, we've just gotten burnt so many times. But at least against the smaller schools, since our defensive backs are the best group of players that we have on our defense, they're able to lock up for long enough for us to get some pressure in. I'm going to Jeff Bobo. We can take that seam all day. This is a big drive for us. I would love to have a 3-possession lead. Alex Merriman is going to get chased down by this huge kid, though. I mean, how fast could Parker possibly be off of the edge? We're going to go with the counter. Big hole for him to take. Alex is now over 100 yards on the day, and he's going to continue. Well, this is Rodney Fields Jr., but he's continuing our running game. We only need 4 more yards to punch this one in, and you know that we're going to get that. The real question becomes, though, are we going to continue to get defensive stops as Memphis goes to more of an air raid attack? I almost feel like if we have our guy on a blitz, it's going to be better at baiting the quarterback than anything else. I don't know. It's just a theory I have. We're guarding the slants, and we're getting in pressure. That was a 6v6. If one guy doesn't pick up their block correctly, we're going to get in. 3rd and 14, dropping back. Leach, not really covering this tight end the best. We're going to send a guy to get in pressure. Oh, they got him deep. See, that's the problem with us sending 3. What they should be doing here is just handing the ball off as well. I don't like where our coverage currently stands. They're going to get a quick throw out, and we can wrap up. Being out here in double mug, not sure how it's going to stop the run, but I feel like I'm able to shoot gaps like this really well. I should have just stayed on instead of clicking off. We would have had a sack, and instead they get a tutty. It's okay, though. That is a lesson to learn before we get to SEC play. If there's play action, we're going to be able to make some big moves. And if we ever get the chance to rematch against Ohio State, I think we'll do a lot better. The difference in this game so far has been our rushing attack. They've rushed for negative 10 yards, and we have rushed for 148. I can't believe we didn't bring in that pass, though. We should have been in a much better spot on the field. We're looking. We got Jeff Bobo. Turn up. Get the first. We'll take it. Jeff Bobo getting like 30. That's a big play against Memphis. We are controlling this game in the final 6 minutes. Every second we hang on to this ball lowers the chance of them being able to come back against us. And on 3rd and 8, what we're looking for is a huge play where Micah Tease hangs on. What a throw from Devonta Worthy. I'm enjoying having a quarterback that's this accurate. We obviously take it in with Alex Merriman, which is going to help out his Heisman campaign. Still testing stuff on the defensive side of the ball, though. I hope that mid-read can get back to cover over the middle of the field if we needed it to. It seems like he's playing really low. What we might need to do in the future is play with a less aggressive first down play and hope that we hold them to a couple yards. Then no matter what, we come out super aggressively on 2nd down where we're trying to send in a blitz. We all know what 3rd down's about. It's about dropping guys back into coverage and forcing them to make some bad mistakes. They send this one up. We're going for the pick. Why not? Why not? Oh, well, it's going to be 4th and 14, 4th and 15, whatever it is. We got 2 guys back there. We're just going to swat the ball. This is when we get the interception, though. That is going to end the game. Memphis tried their best, but at the end of the day, we should simply be able to end this with 1 first down to Jeff Bobo. It's hard to tell if we're actually back defensively or not, since we're only playing well in the second half against Arkansas State and then against Memphis. But we're going to figure it out pretty fast with Auburn coming to town. Like I said, we have a visit week coming up, so we got 4 guys here that I want to get committed. It's only going to happen if we win. I'm starting to have a little bit more faith again, though. We'll just see how this one goes. I'm really getting sick of starting with the ball every single game. It'd be ideal if we could just start over on the defensive side of things. I'm a little surprised Rodney Fields Jr. is already dealing with wear and tear issues since he's barely been on the field. But who cares? As long as Alex Merriman is healthy for us, great run to open it up. 13 yards on the ground. We're going to try and get him in the open field here, though we just got run into by our own lineman. You know what our track record is whenever it comes to scoring points on this opening drive. It's not good. We're 0 for 3. Maybe this can be that change. Seems like they're going to be sitting back in a cover 3 on this play. We're running it, so it doesn't necessarily matter too much for us, but we're just observing in case we did want to audible and throw the football. Right now, I see no reason to switch things up. They've not been able to stop us on the ground. This next play, they tried to bring more people into the box, and we might just have Alex Merriman over the top of this defense. We're looking for it. We're rolling out for it. If not, we'll scramble and get the first. Our drive script's been looking pretty good. Now we're going to mix in a throw, and it's straight to him. I don't know why I thought he couldn't get back to that ball, but I feel like we're going to be able to get a safety here. Come on, we're in there. He's in. He's in. Just like that, we have 2 points, and they got to give us the football back anyway. We might not have scored on our first drive, but even though we didn't, we're not in a terrible position. One guy to make miss. He breaks the tackle. I was trying to juke. With all this running, we might be able to pull off a deep play as well. Hopefully, they bite here. We need this to be a quick pass, though. Catch it, Zach Forrest. He missed. We were so close to having the Tigers there. We could have been up 9-0. Great run from Rodney Fields Jr. Let's hit him with an RPO as well. Jeff Bobo over the middle of the field. He's there. It's over the linebacker's head. I'm going to trust Travis Smith Jr. with a little screenplay on this next one. We're just going to hit him underneath and try and get free. We might as well just let Alex Merriman run downhill here. I missed the hole completely. I don't know why he tried to cut that to the outside. We're going to go to Jeff Bobo on a drag on 3rd down. That was our predetermined read. And you could say this is aggressive. It is pretty aggressive to go for it on 4th down. But we have our slant. It's caught. What? There's just no way. This ball hits Zach Forrest in the hands, and it goes off of him. We should be up by 2 possessions right now. Instead, Auburn's going to have a chance to drive down the field and get the lead. This is the type of unlucky stuff that happens to us on these sliders. If this is play action, we're going straight up that hole. If it's a run, we're going to stop it. I'm a little worried for mid-blitz on 2nd and 12, but I'm hoping our Stadium Pulse is going to help us here. We're going to stop the run, make it 3rd and 11. And we're only going to be sending 3. I'm going to have to guard the seams. We'll give up some slants underneath. They just decided they wanted to send this deep, and we're clicking on to swat it. Great hit. I wasn't a fan of him getting up first to catch the ball, but if you're just going to be ready to lay into him, it works out well for us. All right, get out of there. Come on. We can't get down to their side of the field and fail to score again. It is really disappointing. We're only up 2-0 at the moment. We're waiting to hit our slant, and Zach Forrest catches this. Next play can just be a run to Alex Merriman, who goes for 5. What I really like, though, is how this defense is currently aligned. I think Travis Smith Jr. could get a huge play here if our blocks held for a second longer. We need to continue mixing in passes. I don't think they're comfortable in stopping us through the air. They're expecting a run on this play, and they're going to get in to stop it. It's 3rd and long. There was also an injury timeout for Alex Merriman, which is a little concerning. We're just going to step up in this pocket, and we're going to have to get this throw out. Is it caught? It is. This is a tough 4th and inches to pick up. We know that they're going to send in pressure quick, and I tried to get it out fast because of it. I think I made the right decision in not running the ball there because they would have just stopped it. We were not prepared to stop their run on that play, though, and they just go underneath for 9. Well, we're going to stick with what we've been doing, just sending in the blitz on 2nd down. It's 3rd and 5. Only difference we're going to make is for this next play, we're going to stay out there and double mug, and there's so much open. They hit all the time. I can't believe we just gave them that much back there. We were trying to send in pressure. They split our zones. Auburn's on top. Auburn's up 7-2. Great play call from them. I just can't believe we're down in this game. I feel like we've outplayed them so much. And here, we're going to hook up with Jeff Bobo. That's a big play through the air. You might be wondering, why did we come out throwing it like that? Well, Alex Merriman isn't doing too well. He's currently really injured. He's beat up. We're kind of just using him as a distraction unless they start playing our RPO reads, which they've done. This is where Auburn has held us all game, though. Can we score? Finally. We're going to have Micah tease. It's going to be 3rd and short, or it's going to be a 1st and goal. The refs have been extremely kind to us. Maybe we should have just handed that one off to Rodney Fields Jr., which is what we're going to do on this next play. Now we have to figure out how we want to come on a 1st and 10. I actually really like the defense that we're out in. The problem is if they go turbo, then we're not going to be able to switch over to what we want to run on 2nd and 13 with the blitz. Seam's going to be there. Way too much time. I mean, we left everyone open. If we can prevent Auburn from getting more than like 2 yards here, we're going to call a timeout so we can get the defense we want out there on the next play. Can't drop that. We've caught like no picks this season so far. They keep it with the option, and that's going to get them a huge gain. I was not expecting a run there. I'm sure they're going to pass on this play, though. Let's get in. Let's get that pressure in. We just missed them. We missed them. We were too fast. I feel like the recent title updates made defense even harder. I'm just seeing a lot of drop picks. On 3rd and 6, throw it at us, please. Or just throw it right over our zones. Well, I think it's time that we get aggressive here. I want to hold them to a field goal. We get the sack. And they're coming out in hurry-up mode. We're stuck. Don't throw it to the seam. I think we're good. They scramble, force a fumble. I can't believe what I'm seeing, but with no timeouts left and only 8 seconds on the clock, they've come out wanting to throw the ball, which is why I sent a blitz. They're not going to get off a field goal. What a decision to end this first half. We're going to have a 2-point lead, even though I feel like we should have a larger lead than this. I am at least thankful that we are in this position, and we got to play better in the second half. So I think coming out like this is the best way that we can handle a 1st down, unless they stay in hurry-up mode. When they don't, we can then switch over to double mug for 2nd down. We got 7 players trying to get in pressure. That was a really good route from them. And I want them to think that we're going to send the heat on 3rd and 4, but we're really going to drop 5 guys back. And they're going to miss that throw? Nope. I think the refs are going to review it anyway, but he got a foot down. It was just a really impressive catch, and they might have picked up what we want to do whenever it comes to defense. Give us that. You know what? We might just stay out here in this formation. I feel like it's good for stopping the run. We can't be sending a blitz every single play. I'm a little worried for 3rd down, though. They get out an instant drag, and they're going to have to punt. Never mind. No, they're not. They're just going to go for it on 4th and 3. We got that covered underneath. Come on. Let's knock this loose. I'm going for the hit stick that they just jump over. Well, yeah, get in the end zone. Just get in. We might as well run commit and see if we can stop this run as they break a tackle. We force a fumble. We've scooped it up. Oh, we're still going too. Go, big man. Go, go, go. We're back. We're so back. I don't know why they were trying to reach out for it there, but that is a miracle. We needed that. We got some momentum back on our side, and now we're at the 45. Rodney Fields Jr. is going to have to carry us through the rest of this game offensively, though. He takes this handoff. He gets us 6. I am fine with using him. I just wish we had a little bit of an update on Alex Merriman and how he's going to be the rest of the year. We really need to get more than a field goal here. It's going to be 3rd and 3. I'm going to be looking underneath for you-know-who, Jeff Bobo, who catches it. So that is going to move the chains. We just messed this whole run up. I feel like we're getting sucked by guys we don't want to be sucked by, though. Like, if someone's in the area, we're getting brought in to where we're tackled, even though we don't want it to happen. We get out a quick throw on 3rd and 8 to the 7. The drive stays alive. Lil run right here. Rodney Fields Jr. in the end zone, up by 2 possessions. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. This is just going to be a halfback draw, which we kind of saw coming. We just couldn't get there in time. We're going to send 7 on this next play. We're going to force it loose. Scoop it up. Scoop it up. This is the greatest defense of all time. 2 forced fumbles in a row. They just can't handle the pressure that we're bringing. They really can't handle the pressure we're bringing. Nowhere to run for us. I was thinking Jeff Bobo was going to get open on his corner route, but they were playing good man-to-man coverage. On 3rd down, we're going to see what they go with. Man-to-man again. It's a bad placement. Devonta Worthy needed to get it there a little bit faster. At least we got our hands on it. Oh well, as we end this 3rd quarter, they're going to try and throw it for a little bit. It's going to make it a 3rd and 5. But we are currently in the driver's seat for this game. After this week is when things are going to get extremely tough for us. We got a lot of tough opponents coming up. I'll tell you what, though. You want to know what the difference maker has been in this game? The fact that we have 5 sacks to their 0. I think that is going to do it. Once again, offense has slowed down this week, but our defense has gotten better as our offense gets worse. Whenever our offense was at its best, we were throwing the ball a lot more. It's because we were chasing points. So when we start to go back to throwing the ball, we're probably going to have success. Only way Auburn isn't out of this game is if they're able to stop us, prevent us from getting a touchdown, but I don't know. I just feel like from here, we're going to close it out. We have our slant, and that's a great RPO. Zay Robinson finally catches a ball for us this season. Isn't that something? I think we know the run's going to probably come here. They're going to go with the pass. It's a screen. and we just went for the hit stick, which caused us to miss that first tackle. Eventually, the Tigers would end up scoring. It actually didn't take them much longer, but we should be able to just run out the rest of this clock as Rodney Fields Jr. is gone. But I will say, as they've continued to go through the air, our defense has gotten a lot worse. All the time in the world back here, they got 4 guys over on this side of the field. I can't believe it's about to be a 4th and 3. We're actually going to call a timeout and try something. I want to send 6 guys against them, which worked. It was some solid defense. We open up SEC play with a win over the Tigers. We have 8 more of those games left this season, though. Well, 5-star Jalen Kendricks likes the way that we're currently running the football because he is going to be the first commit we've gotten in this class. I'm sure other 4-stars are going to follow. And that's exactly what happened. As you can see, we've won all of these battles here. There's a lot of other ones going on that we're kind of falling second place on. Tennessee, we weren't able to get this receiver from him, even with a visit win. On Oscar Curl, Georgia's coming out of nowhere. But after this next week, we play number 1 Texas A&M at home, and we have guys like him on a visit. We're currently ranked number 13 in the country. We're about to face off against number 3 Georgia, then of course the Aggies the week after. So there's some big games coming up. We have to handle these games well too, because I want to get to the SEC championship again with Arkansas. We stumbled there in season number 2. This team's obviously good enough to get back to that spot. We just have to win a lot. And I'm pretty certain that College Game Day is going to be showcasing us in back-to-back weeks, because this is the game of the week currently. You know, I like that we're starting on defense for once. Duncan Grant's the quarterback we're trying to stop, and I was pretty certain that they were just going to run it on this first play. There's a decent chance we get outsmarted by Kirby Smart throughout this entire game. As long as he doesn't keep his players in hurry-up mode, though, I think we're going to be okay. We got a one-on-one tackle to make here. That's been something I feel like we've done really well this season. On 3rd and 9, there's no way they hand this off. They did. We're all over it. That was an interesting decision from the Bulldogs. They're just going to punt this ball out of bounds. And we're going to hand this one off. Alex Merriman's back out there, and he almost busted all over those guys for a huge run to open up this game. We're going to keep it with the read option. Very quickly, it has become 3rd and 4. The Stadium Pulse going a little bit crazy. We're waiting on our slant to hang on. The crowd is not going to quiet down for a second, though. We've had to just pull that instead of running the football. I wanted to hand it off, but we can't audible or anything. We are going to be passing on 2nd down as well. I wasn't sure what button he was. They've gotten us to a 3rd and 10, where this Stadium Pulse is making things so difficult on us. We're just going to have to hit Jeff Bobo. Hang on to the football, buddy. Okay, we need to be running the ball with Alex Merriman. Passing it almost didn't work for us on those last few plays. Problem is, they got some athletes on this Bulldogs roster. We know that they are very fast over here. It's going to be 3rd and 3. I'm glad that there's not a big drop back here, so we can get out a quick throw if we need to. We're going to have Jeff Bobo, and he's going to take this drag for far more. Now it's back to running the football, and I see a big hole. Definitely harder to run against Georgia than our last few opponents, though. 3rd and 8. We might be kicking 3, but that'd be better than not scoring on our first drive like we've done basically this entire season. Hang on. We got the first. The drive continues. It's been grueling. They're all over it. Alex Merriman's got 5 rushes for 12 yards. They're containing him really well, but not on this play. We'll see if they commit to Travis Smith Jr. or they let us just hand this ball off. It's going to make it very easy to pick up the first. This crowd has not lost hope yet, though. They're still rallying behind the team as they give up a touchdown to Alex Merriman. That's exactly how we were hoping it turned out. Guy in motion makes our man-to-man coverage look very scary here, but we force a fumble. Come on, scoop it up. That's what we do here. That's what we do. We've not been able to force like any interceptions. We've not been able to catch the ball, but we can knock the ball loose. And Kevin Crum has been a disruptor on the defensive line for us. Our defensive tackle is playing amazing. Oh, we're going to go up 14-0. What a start for us in this game. We never get to open up stuff like this. I really like what we have found on the defensive side of the ball, though. It's been working for us. And we're going to send our blitz on 2nd down. It's basically the same formula every single time. But I've been trusting it. We got 7 guys that are going to be generating pressure up there. And the pull was a smart decision. Force that fumble. Maybe we should catch Kirby Smart off guard, though. We're going to mix in a 1st down blitz. They've beat us deep. They beat us deep on both sides. I knew this would come against better teams. That's what happens whenever we come out mid-blitz that often. We're going to give up deep touchdowns. But I did think that Tim Ball was going to stick with them a little bit better there. All of a sudden, Georgia's got some life again. If you all have watched this series, you all have watched me choke away a lot of games where we've been in some really good positions. I think at one point we even lost a game where we were up 24-0, so 14-0 in the first quarter is nothing. It's a solid way to start, but it certainly does not put you in a great position to win the game. On second down, we're going to make it third and manageable. Any audibles I want for this play, though, are simply not going to work. I saw the corner blitz. Send in. That's all we needed. They send the corner blitz. We're just going to throw it to that side of the field. We got lucky that that's how that play was set up. It's looking like a field goal should be pretty achievable for us out of this drive. Maybe we get a touchdown, though. I mean, they're either just going to have to collapse to try and stop the run here, or we can get it out very quickly to Travis Smith Jr. He thought he was Jeremiah Love for a second, and if it worked, it would have been awesome. Alex Merriman, come on. I really thought he was getting hit in the backfield there. I can't believe he was able to take that one in the first place. We're just going to stay in hurry up mode, though, and eventually the hole will be open. Okay, what we're going to do differently on first down here is we're going to come out in a Tampa 2. When we changed up our defense, this is how I originally schemed things up. Obviously, gave up a big play there. But we just redeemed ourselves. We're going to send in our blitz, and they are going to pick up the first. No, they're not. He was short, and they're either going to get a touchdown here, or we're going to get our pressure in. I see where they want to go. No one's open. That's it. That's it. You could argue that's not the smartest thing to do since we just gave up a huge touchdown using that coverage. But I'm okay with it. On 2nd and 7, we're going to take our drag. It's going to be a first down. What I really wanted to do was just make sure they didn't get this ball back before the end of the first half. And now we can start to try and score. Georgia's going to start dropping guys back because they know we have guys that can beat them deep, but it's going to open up a running lane. And we might not have gone for a deep play there, but we will do it on this next one. I just think that throw is going to be a little off target. This is looking like a great setup for a halfback draw if our blocks can hold. Unfortunately, that's just not how it went, which is why we've taken it down to 19 seconds. And here's the playmaker. I don't think that's going to go well. No field goal for us, but Georgia is also not going to score to end this first half. With us getting ball to start the third quarter, that was the smart decision. Not be too aggressive there. We know that we are due to throw some interceptions. There is certainly still a lot of time left in this game, and we're not going anywhere with the return. I really wish that we could audible, though, because I'd be trying to beat them deep with a play that'd catch them off guard. Instead, all we're going to do is just run it. This drive to start the third quarter is massive for both teams. It's important we score. We're taking off way too fast with Alex Merriman, though. We got to wait, read the hole, and then make our move. He's already 20 carries deep in this game, though, which is why we got Rodney Fields Jr. out there for this next one. And you see how Georgia has got to start to panic now? Well, that's what they wanted. At least we are in field goal range already. We're going to look underneath the Zach Forrest, allow him to turn upfield with the drag. And it is time for Alex Merriman to cook again. He's back out there on the field. He gets 3. Like I said, I'm not sure how long he's going to last in this season, getting as many carries as he is, but he's having a huge year for us. And his Heisman campaign is just going to continue. To become the star that he is now, we had to nurture him for 2 years. It's an inaccurate throw. It's an inaccurate throw. We got the ball back. It's possible for us to get interceptions and for the CPU to actually miss a pass. I can't believe it. With the way these sliders were going, it was starting to seem like they were never going to make any mistakes. This stadium's basically lost any life it had early on in the game, but they swatted down our throw, and I think what we're going to do is just attempt this long field goal with Josh Neiman. It's technically still a 3-possession game. We've only given up deep touchdowns on plays like this. There's mid-blitz, not working again. They have been the one team that has really adjusted to what we're running, and they're still in it. Like I was saying earlier, we have choked a 24-point lead before. We can't do it again. The second that thought even gets into these players' heads, though, is when they start to play poorly. It's about to be third down. The momentum swings are very real. We need Jeff Bobo to hang on to this football, which he does. Did he get the first? He did. What a play. That is the difference between having some average guys out there on the field and having some beast on your roster. Even an extra few plays where they're not getting the ball back could be game-changing enough for us to close this one out. I really don't like taking a sack there, though. We might throw a pick. We're just going to go to Jeff Bobo. No, it's Micah Tease out there. There's still 5 minutes left in this game. I think what we're going to have to adjust with is no longer having our heavy blitz. It's just not worked the way that we want it to. They're going to take the easy read. We're putting a lot of pressure on Council here because we're just playing hard flats underneath, and we're staying back there in cover 3. So anything over the middle of the field, he's going to have to cover. Are they going to be able to get this, though? No, they're short. We're going to switch over to a cover 1 on 4th down. They have us deep. But that's not where they went. They didn't make the right read. Very, very rarely you see the computer just miss one. But that's what they did there. And we should be good. I mean, they had a touchdown over the middle of the field. He was so open. It's about to be third down. Wait, Alex Merriman breaks 2 tackles. This always happens against us, but never for us. What a change of things. The timeouts have come out. Georgia understands they need to stop fast. and that could have been picked. Luckily for us, though, we're already in field goal range. As long as we don't take a sack or turn this ball over, we're still going to take a 3-possession lead. These are kicks even when it's moving fast. I trust Josh Neiman on, and that is why we have him. Ultimately, this 3-3-5 split, as long as they're not attacking the seam, is going to be pretty powerful for us. And what we need to figure out is if it's even worth it for us to run blitzes like this next week against Texas A&M. You see that? Against the good schools, they're going to just annihilate it. It might have gotten us a couple stops early on, but ever since then, it's just given up touchdowns. I feel like it gives up more touchdowns than it prevents. But we just continued to run the football well. They did not get the ball back. We actually scored again, and we win by 19. Alex Merriman on the ground. Absolute beast. His Heisman campaign will continue. And we even beat out the Volunteers for Jabari Ibarra. The kid from Nashville decided he'd rather play for Arkansas. When it comes to the guys that want to transfer, Reno's not happy about his playing time. We don't care. We've not liked him as a tight end before. Tim Ball also wants to transfer again. But that's about it. We've moved up to number 8 in the polls. Georgia fell down to number 13. And Texas A&M is coming off of a 21-point loss to Ole Miss. That's probably going to affect how much of a bonus we'll get on players like Oscar Curl who are visiting this week. But either way, you know what we're going for. We need this Southwest Classic trophy, and College Game Day is still coming to town despite the Aggies losing last week. We might have opened up the season with a loss, but ever since then, we've played great football. We're certainly going to be tested every week playing in the SEC. We got the pattern with the crowd, though. This is a big game. It's always a great scene whenever your fans actually wear the colors to allow this to happen. Texas A&M is always a challenge, though. We got Friday out there on the field. He is a true freshman linebacker that we've recruited last year. And do you know the name of this Aggies running back? It is Bo Jackson, which is always terrifying. Even though it's been part of our strategy, we did not blitz on that second down. They're about to run for another first. But you know what? Let's just give Double Mug its chance to get some stops. All right, we made them lose 3 yards. We got Stadium Pulse on our side. We're trying to keep them pumped up. They just threw it immediately to their running back, though, and that's my guy. We can't be sitting there pumping up the crowd whenever we got to be in man-to-man coverage. That's a big mistake to make, though we're here to stop the run. How did he get out of that untouched? I felt like he was surrounded by like 3 different guys. That's tough, but instead of running the ball in this first play, we're actually going to take a deep shot. See how they weren't prepared for it? They were so ready for us to run the ball. Well, Micah Tease hangs on, and just like that, the fans are right back on our side. We got them pumped up. Hand off to Alex Merriman for 4. We need to continue to rally behind all the Stadium Pulse benefits we can get. And my favorite combo is a drag and a halfback angle route. One of these two should be open, if not both of them. But when we're getting in the end zone, you know they're going to hit us with a flag. That's going to be holding. Well, what will we have on 3rd and 15? Zach Forrest drops it. DJ Pickett locked us up there. I actually think we tried to recruit him last year, and he just chose the Aggies over us. He's a 6'4" corner with 99 speed. He's going to be a nightmare to face. 2nd and 14, though. We're going to send in our blitz anyway, despite it not working the last time. And we've got them locked into our program. Everybody drops back on 3rd and 16. We should not be giving this up. It's just a short throw underneath that we're over. Let's see. What do we got out of Rodney Fields Jr. here? Nothing. Wait, he breaks one. Come on, keep going. He's still up. Now we're looking over at Zach Forrest. Now we're looking over at Travis Smith Jr. If this is zone coverage, Travis Smith Jr. with his takeoff ability is going to be gone. Man-to-man, though, we might just throw this one up. Micah Tease comes back to it. That's careless for no reason. We're going to have Jeff Bobo immediately if we can get it over his head. This might be a 3-and-out, and it's going to be an ugly 3-and-out because all we've done is throw the football. Jeff Bobo gets his separation. He hangs on. He's still on his feet. That is why we love this kid. We needed to play like that. I don't know if they're going to commit down to stopping the run here. We still find Jeff. We got to give Alex Merriman some carries at some point. Maybe a direct snap will throw them off guard. They're all over him, but he still spun out of there, staying on his feet for a first down. I don't know how he was able to make that happen, but it's clear what we need to be doing. Even if Rodney Fields Jr. is the running back out there on the field, we know that he's talented enough to break his way into the end zone too. That is a dangerous duo that we have out there. If this is play action, which it is, we're going to have to get back fast. They might have a deep ball. I had to guard the deeper route, though. We did not have a choice. They had like 2 routes out there on the field. They were blocking everybody. If I was waiting for us to get a sack, it probably wouldn't have come. And Miles O'Neal has not been bad. He's yet to throw an incompletion. Are they going with a jet touch pass? They are. This side of the field is wide open to them. I don't know if Leach is going to be able to catch him. That's what 93 speed does. We just need to stop the run and then send our blitz. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Quick throw out to the running back. We slowed him down too. And on 3rd and 15, what we're going to do is we're going to protect the sticks. They had like a delayed little hitch route there. We get the sack. I don't think they're going to miss this field goal. So it's going to be 10-10. But we have settled down so much from that first game this year where we gave up so many points. I just can't get it off my mind. We gave up 58. I don't think we've given up 58 this entire series. To do it with the best team, the best defense we've ever had, it's bad, but clearly it was a fluke. Zach Forrest might be open here as well. This could be an interesting spot to test out DJ Pickett versus him. I mean, look at those clamps. He's going to go up and grab it. Not worth throwing it up. That was a really bad decision, and I got confused while I was clicked on, so there's going to be a flag. We would have had a chance to get a safety, but that makes it 1st and 5, and they're going to easily move the chains. I still can't believe that decision. It was such a bad one for us to make. Put your hands up. We really need better linebackers on this team. I told you all that was our biggest weakness. That's why we're trying to recruit the 5-star who's at this game visiting. We've gotten a couple recently, but it also takes time for those guys to develop. We'll see if we can get in pressure on 2nd and 6. We're sending in 7. We got it. Just like that, it's 3rd and 12. We have the slot manned up. He's just going to sit there, though. They throw it into double coverage. We can get a pick here. Come on. Come on. That was a weird read. I thought for sure they were going to find a way to miraculously pick it up. They've given us 2 minutes, though, and we know we're not going to be able to test the Aggies deep. We're going to have to run this ball. With star defensive backs on both sides of the field, we know what we're up against. We'll take the first. There is a slight chance we get them to bite down on the run, though. We'll see. It's not there. It's not there. We're just going to have to scramble. The one downside of Devonta Worthy is right there. What are we blocking? We should have been getting so much more time than that. We're going to have to take our crossing route, and it's a bad throw. It's going to be pick number 2. Wait, what? I don't know how they missed it. I don't know how that ball went through their hands. Snap the ball. I mean, it doesn't matter for us to snap it quick. I'm shocked. It's not like there was anything for them to review. They just didn't get the pick. If that happened to me, though, which you all have seen it happen, I get really mad. I do appreciate that the computer can still make some mistakes, though. It's not just our team, because whenever it's only us, it gets really annoying. We still got 40 seconds left in this half. We're just going to immediately throw it to Alex Merriman. He did not want to catch it, though. A handoff sets us up down the middle. So if we don't pick up this 3rd down, we're going to go into the half with a lead. Either way. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's all tied up. It's all tied up. We're starting to see Devonta Worthy really struggle there. He got baited so hard, which is why what you're going to see out of our offense in this second half might literally be run, run, run. Even if this is a direct snap to him, it would be 3 straight runs, which is better than him throwing the football. He's going to fumble that away. Why? Why? I thought he'd just go down after the first tackle. He kept fighting. Of course he's going to drop it. We're playing so poorly, even though we've played as the better team in this game. We deserve to lose it. That's the honest truth. We deserve to lose this game at the moment. We can change things, though. There's still time for us to do that. Breaking a tackle to give up a touchdown. That makes it 17-10. This is where previous years you would see me start to get pretty aggressive. And we might do that here. Like Micah Tease could have a step there, and it's a great throw. We're at the 1. What a bounce back. What a bounce back from this team. I mean, Alex Merriman's just got to get in here. I don't care how many people they send at him. Maybe not. We'll go with the quarterback sneak. Devonta Worthy finds his way in. And we are right back on the defensive side of things where they're going to cut that run for like 10 yards. Oh, this game's opening up. This game's opening up bad. How did no one get enough hands on him to bring him down? At least we had a good kick return. I have not run plays like this very often this season. There's a flag. I think it's going to be against them. It was. I should have just taken a deep shot there. That was dumb. Either way, though, we had a nice gain. Oh, that's got to be PI. That's got to be PI. There's just no chance. There's no chance in the world they get to sit here and celebrate a pick. We had them beat, and then they just pulled us back. Look at this. We dusted this kid, and then, oh, it was our own receiver running into us. Never mind. I didn't say anything. That was definitely our fault. Whenever you've turned it over as many times as we have, though, you just don't deserve to win. Here on 3rd and 2, they're going to hand it off, and we're in there to make the tackle. It's really hard for me to believe that we still have an opportunity to stay in this, because with all these mistakes, you would think it'd be over. We got to settle down, and there's one way for us to do that, leaning on Alex Merriman. He only got 3 yards there, but he's going to get a big run on this next play, and I hope they bring in a little bit of a blitz so we can hit him with the halfback screen, and then we can get even more. We are in hurry-up mode right now because I feel like we got the looks that we want. This is obviously going to be 4-down territory for us. There's an easy win for Micah Tease. You can't press him. And eventually Texas A&M calls a timeout. They're trying to settle their guys down, but Alex Merriman doesn't care. What we want him to do is just bring everybody in, and he can cut to the outside for a touchdown here. It's going to be a one-on-one play for them where they have to make a tackle. You're not winning that. The same way we can't wrap up in that situation, All we need is another half yard. We're held up. Our best move might just be keeping it with a QB sneak. Do not fumble this ball. Well, the benefit to playing at home is even when you play poorly, we now got the crowd back on our side. And as we go into the fourth quarter, I'm sending the house at them. I want to see if we can get a sack. I am going to press to the outside because I'm a little bit worried that they're just going to try and go over top. Come on. We got that. Nope. We didn't stick with him long enough. It's going to be 3rd and 1. This is where we don't have a choice. We're going to get aggressive. Patman is just going to fly through whatever hole is there, and we're going to stop the run. We're going to stop the run. We're even going to start this drive with what looks like could be a big gain. They ended up guarding us. I thought the RPO was going to be wide open, but we've seen us get some big plays out of a look like this. And is it there? Oh, this is a crazy throw to make. It's on the money, though. Devonta Worthy is him. I don't care. He's thrown 3 interceptions. We needed a huge gain like that because now they got one guy out here to make the tackle. Oh, well, 2nd and 10. What type of coverage are we getting? Is it man-to-man? That's a terrible pass. I guess we're going to be settling for a field goal on this drive. I can't believe that he missed him that bad. Jeff Bobo, though, finds a way to get open another time. So the touchdown hopes are still there. 4 minutes left in this game. Texas A&M, no matter what, will have a chance to respond. What would be ideal, though, is they're going to have to respond with a touchdown of their own. Let's beam that in there. Number 4. Number 4. That's number 4. And they might return it. He stepped out. I don't know why I thought we could get that to that receiver before he made a play on the ball, but I did. We've clearly given Devonta Worthy way too many chances to have success. He has let us down time and time again. They're going to get out a quick throw where they lose like 5 yards. And here we go. It is 3rd and 19. That slant could be there. All we need him to do is take an underneath throw. Everything's breaking down. He slings it. There's just no way. Deflect it. Deflect it. Okay, we're like 5 turnovers deep, but we're still going to be in this one. This punt's going to put us in a great position, actually. Rodney Fields Jr. is at the 41. This game is a perfect example of why it is important to invest in a punter, because when you don't have a good one, it's going to make it so much easier on the defense to have success. Jeff Bobo's open. Just catch it. He catches it. He's at the 22. And if Texas A&M wants this ball back, they're going to have to start using some of their timeouts. On 2nd and 10, they commit down to stopping the run. You know who's open once again. And I think that's going to be game. Right now, the Aggies have 1 timeout left. There's 1:20 on the clock, which means we can run all of this down and kick a field goal. We don't deserve to survive. We do not deserve to win this game. As long as we don't get hit with like a phantom injury timeout, though, that's what we are about to do. I guess they could always block this kick as well. We saw Ohio State block our kick. Whenever the computer wants to, sometimes they make plays, but we're going to win against Texas A&M. We get this Southwest Classic coming home to Arkansas, and we still have not lost since that first game in the year. It's our 44th series win. It looks like Micah T's one player of the game without any touchdowns. And since we had guys on a visit this week, you know that there's going to be a lot of other players that commit. It was not enough to land Oscar Curl, though. I think he's going to end up going to Georgia. They took another linebacker from us, David Osgood. As you can see, a lot of the 4 stars we started going after, though, they want to play for the Razorbacks. In order for us to make the playoffs, though, I feel like we're just not getting ranked that highly still. We probably have to go 10-2, and we got 4 of our last 6 games against ranked opponents. If you're wondering, I am not having fun in the SEC. In order for us to make it to the conference championship, we have to win our division, where we still have to play Texas, Ole Miss, and LSU. Alex Merriman has fallen down in the Heisman watch list as well. 25 carries for 98 yards, no touchdowns. I guess that's what happens. Comparing him to what Devonta Worthy's done for us so far, 6 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, he's still having an incredible season at the midway point. But now we head on the road to Oklahoma, who's a 91 overall and ranked 22nd in the country. The clip before this, though, has worried me because it is raining, and it's raining hard. Whenever it's coming down like this, I don't care if it benefits us as a more of a run-heavy team. I never enjoy it. They're probably going to slip off of a lot more tackles and break off some huge touchdowns we don't want to give up. And Sam Pittman is just rocking a t-shirt out there. He does not care. We got to vary the looks pre and post snap to create confusion and hesitation. That's what they told us our keys to winning this game are. We're trying to send 5 on the first play, and they're passing for 15. I feel like the run's definitely coming, though. They're out there in I form. It's a halfback toss, and we're out there. There is no confusion about what's happening here. If you've watched our film, you know exactly what's coming. I just gave up the drag, but we forced a fumble. We sent 6 players versus their 5 out there on the offensive line, which is why we were able to get in that quick. With how these sliders are set up, it's very hard for us to just generate a sack without sending in pressure like that. We're about to be brought down. But I'm ready for our offense to take the field where we're hopefully going to score. First carry of the game, over to Alex Merriman. He cuts it to the outside. and he's going to get caught. I'd much prefer him to keep getting the ball, though. I don't really want to throw it much with Devonta Worthy. His last performance was just really upsetting to watch. We're going to go to Zach Forrest, who hangs on. It wasn't the best look ever. I'm actually surprised that he caught that ball. And why are we cutting back there? We can't really make any audibles either to adjust some of our routes out there on the field. Devonta put it where we wanted him to, though, and Alex Merriman's got a hole. Alex Merriman to the 5. We might just keep it on the ground 3 straight times where he's hopefully going to be able to take this into the end zone as he does. It's a great start for us in this game. We're in cover 2 on this play, though. I figured they'd probably go out to a flat, and luckily, nope, not luckily, we're not going to wrap up. What did I tell you about the rain? They're just going to break tackles and score on plays like that. We had set ourselves up to have a lot of momentum in this game, but it changed so quickly. Good start. 15 more on the ground. It feels like they're just not able to stop us there at all. They're bringing a lot of numbers into the box for this next run, though. So, yeah, that's what we thought would happen. I can't really audible the way that I want to either. I'd love to get Micah Tease on a slant route there. Maybe he actually got on one. Oh, we're going to have a deep touchdown. Never mind, they got safety help back there. Never mind. Never mind. Should have been picked. This might be a little crazy too, but I kind of want to go for it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Is it there? No, we couldn't hold our block. Well, we just gave the Sooners some really good field positioning. They got me to bite. Luckily, it didn't matter though. I feel like we should be getting in pressure quick enough here, but they got that throw out. That was really impressive. There's not much more to say than that. At least they're only getting 2 now, but we're staying out there in the same look. And it's going to be another run that they're getting caught up on. I really love using this cover 3, though. I feel like it locks down so well because we have the seam manned up there. They literally just send it, and there's no way he caught that. They're not challenging it. They're not throwing a flag, even though he held onto the ball. I thought he got a foot down, but we're just going to let them kick their 3, which isn't going to go in. I genuinely cannot believe that they just even made a play on that ball, though. Flag before the play starts. Jeff Bobo gets past the safety. He might be gone. He might be gone. It's going to be a flag against them. We're obviously just going to decline it. We're up 14-7 now. What a change in momentum for us. Now, we did not have run defense out on the field. It didn't seem to matter, but it certainly worried me. Somehow they spun out of that tackle. I feel like our man-to-man coverage is doing a really good job, though. We're going to pass commit, and we're going to send in 7 here. I got to get over to the running back. Someone's wide open. Someone's open. Not in time. Not in time for Kevin Crum to scoop it up. The big man dives in the end zone. Who told the big man he can move like that? He just jumped in the air, and now he's hitting the gritty. Maybe we do come out in this formation and dare them to run the ball. Initially, it looks like we're not going to get in, and that's why you don't defend from that formation. We were just giving it a little bit of a chance, though. That center that's in for them looks so tiny. He just doesn't look like he should be a center. Great run to the outside. We're going to continue to send in these blitzes, though. That's when they hit us with this empty base, though. They had 5 wide. And I don't think they're going to run it on 3rd and 4. We're going to drop back into a cover 2. We got to watch over the middle of the field. That's my zone. That is my zone. See what I mean, though? If we only send 4 players, we're not going to get the pressure in that we need. But even with a blitz, we sure did not there. And it looks like Oklahoma is about to get back within 7. I'm not sure if they're going to run the ball out of this formation. I guess they are, but we're in. And the one thing that could really hurt us on 3rd and 4 is the fact that we don't have a spy out there on the field, because this is most likely going to be a pass. It is. Pass is not there. We're going to have to make the play ourselves. And do you know what they've decided to do? They've decided to go for it. We have a spy out there now, and we got our hands on the ball. Perfect. We are going to be starting this drive on the 5-yard line, though. Alex Merriman takes the direct snap. He's able to spin out. He almost got loose. I think Zach Forrest is going to get open with this slant. It's a bad throw. Obviously not what you want there. I was trying to prevent the Sooners from getting the ball back before the end of the first half. This is exactly why I don't like playing in the rain, though. They almost blocked that punt. We're very lucky it even got out in the first place. And they're basically just guaranteed a field goal on this drive. I don't think they're going to be able to split the seam over on that left side of the field, but on the right side, it would definitely be there if they wanted to take it. How? How is he getting out for a touchdown here? Might be the most explosive receiver we faced all season. That's ridiculous. Elijah Thomas has now done that to us, not just once, but twice. I'm looking for a field goal. We're getting injury timeouts all over the place for our offensive line, but who cares? We can still make something happen here, especially if they're going to send 3. That's just too easy of a throw for us to be missing at this point. We'll take our drag and we'll catch it this time, but we need to start getting some bigger plays going in our favor. And that's just going to be out of bounds. 2nd and 10. We might actually just step up and try and scramble. I don't mind that at all. We're going to hand this ball off, and then we're most likely just going to kick a field goal from here. It didn't even want us sending Josh Neiman out there on the field. It said we should be punting it, but we know that he can hit from this range as long as it's accurate. Tough ending to the first half for us for sure. It's back within 7. Oklahoma has life once again. You have to think, though, Alex Merriman only has 64 yards on the ground right now. Typically, he has like 100 by halftime. He's still averaging 6.5 yards per carry, but what I want to see out of him is a breakaway run, which is what we're getting here. Second play of the third quarter, and no one's catching him. That's how you cut up a halfback stretch. You cut it up the middle when it's there. And look at how the Sooners are deciding to come out. We had a cover 3 press going on. We're clearly getting absolutely no pressure here. So they're going to complete a pass and immediately be at midfield. But we should have definitely been able to stop that jet touch pass. We're out there. Good wrap-up tackle. I think they're a little bit shook up at the moment because they're in hurry-up for the first time in this game. Look at that. It is just genuinely miserable playing in the rain. Now, we're sending 6, but they're going to beat us deep before we could ever get pressure. That's Elijah Thomas's 3rd touchdown in this game. He's going to start his own Heisman campaign, but look at that. Here is the better contender. We're going to have to give him a breather, but that's okay. Robert Fields Jr. can get us 3. And they're probably assuming that with Merriman back out there, we're going to hand it off, but we're not. We're going to find Zach Forrest. For us, I think this has to be 4-down territory, whether we get a yard or not. And I've been trying to get this play to work all year for us. It hasn't, but in this situation, we're not even catching the ball. There was a flag as well, so that was just a disaster. It's never going to work. I don't know why we keep trying. Might as well go back to the play that we scored a touchdown on. They could be expecting another run here, which they were, and we're going to get the throw out to Micah Tease. Sets us up for a big 3rd and 1. I honestly wish we were in 4 verticals right now because I think it could have gone for a touchdown. They don't even think we can hit a kick from here, so I'm going to listen to it. They told us that we needed to punt. Instead, it's going to be a 1st down run from Devonta Worthy. It's a great job from our offensive line. We have seen time and time again in this dynasty where they just don't deliver when we need them to. But right there, they did for us, and Alex Merriman picks up the 1st. We got another 9 yards that we're going to have to get, and I'm keeping it on the ground. That run didn't go well, but we're going to stay with it, and it's not there. He lost a little bit of explosiveness. What we can't do on 3rd and goal is throw an interception. We're open. Zach Forrest is open. That was such a weird catch animation, but who cares? We got the touchdown. He did something right. That was genuinely just a great drive. We got hard flats out on that side. We're going to stay in the exact same coverage. Instead of sending a blitz here, we're not getting beat deep, and it's going to be 3rd and 8. That is how the 4th quarter is going to start. We got a very big play coming up. They're coming out in an empty set. I've kind of just figured out that it's not going to be worth it for us. Wait, we gave that up? I thought we easily had the position there to get the pick. Anyway, it's not going to be worth it for us to blitz if we're just going to give up huge touchdowns. For once, it's not the receiver beating us deep, it's the quarterback. There is still life for the Sooners, which is very scary. I feel like Moses Council's been a great addition for us at safety, though. He's made a lot of great tackles and plays for us this season. 3rd and 7. I guess we got to get a quarterback spy out there. We know that they're going for it no matter what. And we get the sack. We get the sack. I feel like this is such an easy spot to defend in because we know that they have to pick this up. You're not going to have a running back underneath. Send the pressure? Yeah, that's a fumble. That's a fumble too. With about 5 minutes remaining, they're in a bad position. The game is not over, but a couple 1st downs would do so much damage. And I think that's going to be it for Alex Merriman. It just doesn't make any sense for us to keep him out there on the field. Rodney Fields Jr., by the way, could be gone on this next play. They're trying to keep up, but they can't. The flag is going to be against the Sooners. They gave us a free play, and we took full advantage. They might be carving apart our defense now, but it's too late at this point in the game. Unless, of course, the rain causes us to drop this onside kick. We missed it. You know, we're very fortunate that that panned out the way that it did. And here we go. 1st down. We'll seal the game. Alex Merriman was blocking there. I was trying to get him off of the field because I am very afraid that over the next 5 games, even in the regular season, his health's not going to hold up. I mean, he literally just had 222 yards on the ground. But it was worth every carry because he has continued to move his way up in the Heisman watch list. We're now the only team that is undefeated in conference play, but we still got Texas and LSU, and I think Ole Miss coming up. While I'm thinking about it, Mississippi State is another team I fear because we went to their place last year and they dropped like 50 points on our head. You can see though that we're currently sitting in a very good spot in the polls It is time for the battle for the Golden Boot. LSU, just an 87 overall. Don't let that fool you, though. I am sure that they're still going to be very talented. It feels like it has been a while since we've gotten to start the game on offense. Big boost off that kickoff. I don't know how to replicate it every time, but when we get it right, it looks great. We won this game last year. We're going to try and open it up with a big play to Micah Tees. You've seen us run this play multiple times this season, and I think that throw is just a little bit too late. It wasn't there. They know that on second down, the run is going to Alex Merriman, but it won't matter as long as our blocks hold up. We can even mix in a little bit of 5-wide action. We got absolutely no separation until the last second where Micah Tees runs away with it. And one thing we haven't really tested is if we get man-to-man coverage, how Alex Merriman does running deep. I feel like if a linebacker gets manned up on him, he could just dust them. Blocks are looking good here. Rodney Fields Jr. keeps on going. Beautiful work from the backup. They send in a blitz, leaving Jeff Bobo open, who is going to reach it to the end zone. 7-0. That is how you start a game. That was a very good 2-minute drive. They're going to hand it off for about 15, though, on this first one. And I can't even blame them. They like what they see. They're going to stay out there in hurry-up mode. We got 5, but we've left the seam so open. We're sitting back in cover 3. We have no momentum on our side. You kind of have to question if it is worth it for us to call a timeout here. They're going to have a wide open touchdown. What are we doing coverage-wise? CJ Carr is now at LSU. He transferred from Notre Dame. We got our wheel route, though, so we're going to start this game into a shootout. With the way our offense has played recently, I don't mind that happening. Alex Merriman. Oh, I thought he was going to bust out to the wide side. They got there first, 2nd and 14. What type of looks do we got? We might just need to take the sack. Or, if we have all this time, there's a flag. It's going to come back. There's a reason we had all that time. There was definitely holding going on. It's going to be hard for us to move the chains now. We were able to draw them off sides, though, just by hitting R1. I've never tested that before. That's pretty exciting. It gets us 5 yards back. All I did was I just did that, and they jumped. They're not going to jump 2 times in a row. Zach Forrest, though, or Micah Tees on that end gets it. I don't know where Zach Forrest is at in this game, but he's not out there on the field at the moment. Jeff Bobo was my first read. I just threw it straight to him. What are we doing? It's not like Zach Forrest is even injured. We have no one on the injury report. He was just not out there for a couple plays, and we panicked out of it, which is just unacceptable. 2nd and 9, still not running with the strategy we've been using defensively all season. The reason for that is we can't. They're in hurry-up mode, so we can't change up our formation. We might need to back these guys up. We got beat over top on the last drive. They keep it, though. You know, they just bounce off of tackles. Like in basically every universe, we should have been able to get the stop and get the ball back, but there, we just weren't able to. We have to do a better job watching the running back if he goes out on a route as well. We're cooked. We're cooked. Go ahead, get in the red zone. For the first time since the Ohio State game, I'm feeling a little bit helpless whenever it comes to getting a defensive stop. They're about to score. I just want them to go ahead and get it over with. We can run commit. We know what's coming. It won't matter. It is still early on. We cannot let this get us down. We're going to go for the handoff to Alex Merriman. It's a loss of 4 yards. Maybe he can get something going with the halfback screen. They're out there to bring him down. 3rd and 5. Our first read is going to be Travis Smith Jr., then Jeff Bobo. We'll see which the defense gives us here. It's going to be Travis Smith Jr., but he gets wrapped up before the marker. That's just another drive where we got to punt it back to LSU, and I'm going to come out and double mug. They crushed this on the last possession. They did their scouting well against us. We finally got in. It took us a little bit. Now we're stuck pressing, which I really do not love. And let's be honest, we know this is a setup for disaster. Never mind. We ran it 3 straight plays in a row. I really thought that wasn't going to work out by the time we were on 3rd down. We almost returned this too. We got life again. We got a lot of life. And we just got to take advantage. No matter what, we're going for it on 4th down. We are going to try and tie things up on this drive. So we still have 2 plays to pick up this 1st down. Obviously, it's not like we could kick very well from here anyway. And there it is. Currently, Alex Merriman's only averaging about 3 yards per carry, but maybe he can change that up here. They got some fast defensive backs. He's still got a good bit, and I think we're just going to explode to that side. The worst part is the cutback was there. Jeff Bobo is wide open underneath. We've gone to that so many times this season. Eventually, defenses should figure out how to adjust to it, but not for now. I will say this week, Alex Merriman feels a little bit slower. I think it's because he's run the ball so much for us already this season. And on 3rd and 1, they're immediately getting in with that defensive tackle. What's weird is LSU called a timeout. I'm not sure why, but we're just going to go for it on 4th and 4. I thought Zach Forrest would probably, or Alex Merriman, get open underneath, but that was a risk that I was willing to take. I respect Devonta Worthy for not just throwing the streak there, because that's a mistake someone like Alexander Bean would have probably made. That hurdle was so clean. We deserve the touchdown there, but we'll take it on the next play. Moving wide receiver Micah Tees to the slot instead of using him on the outside was the best decision we've probably done. That's where he is built to make plays, and our 6-man blitz did not get in. We did it out of zone coverage. They're flipping the play, so they're going to know what coverage when. We're just going to switch it over to zone. We're going to have to run over here with Ford, though. Can we lock down here? Come on. No big gains for LSU. We get a fumble. They scoop it up, though. He's going to break a tackle as well. That's going to take us to the end of the first half. LSU didn't want to do anything with it after that play. No shot. No shot. I thought they were just going to run out the clock. They fooled everybody with that RPO. They're going to have a 3-point lead. And it is what it is, as long as we don't give up the touchdown. It was a close call, but here it is. Field goal is good. We have a lot to reflect on during halftime, and Alex Merriman's going down. 10 carries for 40 yards. Our offense hasn't been as great as we want it to be. What we really need to have sorted, though, is this defense. We got 4 players, and we should be getting the sack here. He got that out. We were diving in his face as well. It's going to be 3rd and 11. This is where our home field advantage should kick in. They have a very wide spread out look, though, which worries me. It's not going to be a run, of course. They throw it at us? No. We knew exactly what was happening, and it just did not matter. They could run it so easily as well, because we've just been out there in man-to-man coverage. All right, this is 3rd and 3. Please just throw the ball. They got a corner out there. Hit him. Hit him. Oh, great. Great wrap-up. We're about to be down by 10 points. Doesn't matter. Not in a good position right now. They shot in, but Alex Merriman had another little boost in him. I can't believe that just turned into like a 15-yard gain. Now we're going to get this throw out quick to the slot. Let's see what type of defensive look they give us. It seems like we're going to have Jeff Bobo. We will continue to do this until they give us a look that can stop this. I don't mind that at all. We had a slant there, but I thought this would work. It's just so frustrating that as we're running out of bounds, that's when the flag comes out and ruins the whole play. All the momentum we have built up on this drive, it's just gone. It looks like the Tigers are going to be able to hold us to just a field goal. Jeff Bobo's open here. He's going to get more than I thought. But once again, it's 3rd and 16. We can't force this into a window that's not there and throw an interception out of it. We couldn't even hit him. What should have been a touchdown drive has turned into a field goal that's not even going to go in. This is peak frustration. It's going to be very hard for us to recover. 2nd and 8. What do they got here? They hit us with play action. No one's guarding him. No one. We've definitely done better defensively, at least than we did versus Ohio State. But still, this has just been one of those games where I know that we're probably not going to come out on top. No pressure generated in time. They might get a field goal here. Okay, we're fine. The game is not over because there's still 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, though they might just pin us out at the 1-yard line. Close call there. We got to start scoring a little bit faster. Big hole for Alex Merriman to run straight on through. I really want to hit them with play action, though, and see what we can do deep. That should be a catch. It's a catch. Every so often, I am so impressed with Devonta Worthy and the throws that he makes for us. Break one tackle, Alex. There we go. Last time we looked this good offensively, they hit us with a phantom holding call. Now they're knocking it out. It's 4-down territory, though. We got Ferguson out there on the field, our 5th receiver. He's going to be the one we're leaning on to make a big play out of this. I was a little worried for it. Halfback screen, though, going to go really well for us as we are at the 2. And you know who that sets it up for. An Alex Merriman failed touchdown. The problem is the Tigers know exactly what's coming here. We're going to cut it back and just take it in that way. Then we're going to send in another blitz out of this formation. It's cover 0, and it's very concerning. Well, that's why you don't run it. That should have been a big play. Fortunately for us, they just missed the throw. And that is going to take us into this 4th quarter. I've really not been a big fan of this look the entire game, but we went with it and we got the sack. Now this place is going to be rocking. That sets us up very nicely to continue to do well in this 4th quarter. Blocks on this side of the field. Oh, we're going to be at midfield. Just a beautiful turnaround at one point in this game. I wasn't sure how to feel, but I'm still thinking we're fine. Honestly, if we just keep in a hurry-up mode, I don't think they're going to be able to hold us. Though, this is a bad play from Worthy. They hit us with zone coverage, and he didn't know how to react. On 3rd down, we're going to have a gap there that we just didn't go through. It almost cost us moving the chains. I kind of want to see if we can get a cover 2 look. Are we able to beat them deep? It's 1-on-1 over there. It's 1-on-1. Zach Forrest. Zach Forrest has the step. He's in. Touchdown. 4-point lead for Arkansas. Now, we got to go back to defense. They're going to be responding back in 5 wide. Where that ball was almost picked. I mean, if that bounced a little bit closer to us, we probably would have just dropped it anyway. There's no way that they can block all 7 of us. Come on, get 7 in. Pressure, pressure, pressure. That is now 7 sacks to their 0. That could be the difference maker in this game. The fact that it's still even this close after getting 7 sacks is really what makes me upset. Like, we should have capitalized a lot better at moments in this game, but now we got the ball back, and I think we're going to be all right. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but they might not touch this ball the rest of the game. Alex Merriman cuts it. Alex Merriman, come on. If Zach Forrest was a little bit better of a blocker, I think he would have been gone there. Pull block. We're stuck on it. Yeah, this is not good. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Why? Why would he just... Oh, my gosh. I really just don't want to talk about it. You all saw what happened. Whoa. Whoa. Zach Forrest. Zach Forrest is going to be gone next play. Hang on. Okay, we're back. I'm just genuinely disgusted, though. Like, it was technically my fault. I didn't mean to reach out for it. I was trying to truck and avoid that bad situation. I guess Zach Forrest is ready to start showing out for us. But either way, this game has been opened up for LSU to get right back in it. We should be very concerned we don't have a deep blue over on this side of the field. And yeah, we're going to give up a big gain. Their tight end is very, very quick. I'd appreciate if CJ Carr stopped tearing us apart. There's just no way. There's no way he throws it straight to Friday. The true freshman gets the pick, and the true freshman's going to get caught here. But what a play. Darren Friday has proved why he deserves to be out there on the field. What a turnover. Now Alex Merriman's trying to ice game. He's trying to call it. There's an injury timeout for him, though. That could be very bad news for the rest of this season. Tigers still have 3 timeouts remaining. This game is just not over yet, and I was going to throw it, but if they're just going to have 3 defensive linemen out there, we'll hand it off. This is a very big 3rd and 10. You know who I'd want to go to. It's going to be a bad throw, though. Come on. I don't think we're going to hit a field goal from here, but I do want to go for it on 4th and 10. We might as well. We might as well. With the dude in our face, we make the throw to Alex Merriman, and Alex Merriman, he's not gone. I thought he was about to be for a second, but it's probably best that he wasn't. Unfortunately, they did make that tackle before the 2-minute warning, so we still need to score to end it. Or maybe we don't. That is just enough to get the win. It is a little questionable that we didn't just trust our defense to end this game, but I am really glad that we went for it. It was a Heisman winning play. The clock runs out. We have been able to keep our winning streak going, even if though it was really tough. As we head into the final 4 weeks of the season, in our division in the SEC, Texas is the one team that could knock us out of the SEC championship unless we just collapsed and lost multiple games. We don't play them yet, though. First, we have to host both of the Mississippi schools at our stadium. Then we go on the road to play them and Missouri. Currently, Alex Merriman is still sitting at 2nd place behind Anthony Varner as well. The Texas Tech quarterback's having a pretty good year, but I don't know if it's better than Alex. On the recruiting front, we did not get Oscar Curl. He decided that he would rather be a Bulldog. It is what it is. You can see we still got all these other kids. Tennessee took away this linebacker. We've had a hard time recruiting 4-star linebackers. We still got a couple to sign, though, and it's about time that we face 5-3 Ole Miss. I think we should be okay against the Rebels. It's actually Mississippi State next week that I'm super worried about just because of how they played against us last year. I guess it'll all depend how Alex Merriman performs, though. First play, they're tempting us into running the football, and that's what we did. We'll see if we can get them with the RPO on the next play. Not a great blocking attempt, but I will tell you this, a 3-and-out would be unacceptable. Direct snap, Alex Merriman gets enough. I almost think that they're expecting the run so much that we could get them with a huge passing play. Do we have the step with Travis Smith Jr.? Oh, he needed to fight for that ball. He needed to play defense on it. I was not expecting that safety to cover that side of the field, though. I'm honestly not even that upset about the look. I feel like that was a good shot for us to take. What are we doing? I'm literally sitting there watching one of their receivers run backwards towards the line of scrimmage. Do not throw that. Do not throw that. See, here's the thing. We got players that can cover stuff like that. He's going to be short, right? Nope. Nope, he gets the first. Unacceptable there. They kind of got us with play action for a second, and he's out of there. All right, we're going to have to hit him. I wanted to see a fumble. It was smart of him to slide. How did we just miss that tackle? I mean, that was a play right there from Patman. We should have known that he was probably going to keep this raw. And Jershawn Newton puts us down 7-0. As a response, we're going to come out throwing the football straight at him. It's an abysmal read. We got to get Devonta Worthy away from throwing it. Alex Merriman can make up for that, though. He can. I'm still convinced if we can just get somebody manned up on him, we're going to have him deep. Maybe we should just take our hitch route, though, and not go for anything too difficult. There's no more playing passive. Once we go down 7-0, that is when we just open things up offensively. Another big play. And Ole Miss had no choice but to call a timeout. I'm really enjoying just staying in hurry-up mode. Rodney Fields Jr. is wide open. That was just a good drive on our part. And don't throw this. Don't. Well, actually, you can throw it. He's still on his feet too. I think what we need to do is have them run. That helps. But more so, if we're going to sit out here and blitz this much, we need to have this guy on a blitz, so they actually feel the pressure. What a greatly placed pass. All right, big 3rd and 12. The seams are probably going to be there at first. Don't give up anything deep. They take that. Tackle in time. They have to kick 3. This is not a guaranteed kick either, though they did have it centered up down the middle. And it is our turn to get it back on offense and do almost nothing with it. We might be able to get away with a touchdown here, though. Just look at the coverage that they're in. I think Zach Forrest has that step. I saw that they were pressing him. Very rarely have teams pressed him this year, but when they do, we look for it and we take advantage. As a response, they've come out here in 5 wide. We're stuck manned up on a receiver, and we just got burnt ourselves. The worst part is I knew that was probably going to happen, so we were trying to shade to the outside. We're not going to do that here, though. We're going to play them to the inside and just hope that our pressure comes faster. I do think we've played this one pretty careless, though, which is why on 3rd and 10, we're actually going to drop back in coverage the way we should have been. And judging off of the way their kicker hit the last one, I didn't think there was any chance he missed. When it comes to the offensive side of things, though, I do think they're playing this pretty carelessly. I don't know if Zach Forrest has it in him to do it again, but the fact that they pressed him made me want to try. We might have thrown interceptions, but we're going to continue to look deep. We're going to find Jeff Bobo out of that, and we're just going to clear the open middle part of the field for us to hit one of these 2. What does 3 straight passes get us, though? It gets us a punt. Why we didn't run the ball there, I could not tell you. They're going to take this return for a little bit. We knocked him twice, and let's see. Are they going to run it? No. Ole Miss is more of a pass-heavy team. They got him open there. We were playing underneath. Hard part for me, though, is when they spread the field like this, how are we going to sit here and defend it? If it's play action, they're going to think that they have the middle of the field, and they do. That was our zone. That was our zone. The carelessness continues. We've gone away from our identity, and guess what we're about to do? Are we going to run it? No. We're sitting here trying to throw it up. 2nd and 18. We've lost it. We have lost it. I guess we're going to have to run. And on 3rd and 9, we got Jeff Bobo. He just needs to hang on. Okay, the only benefit of how much we've been throwing it is I think we can get them with this halfback draw as Alex Merriman explodes for a gain that's not going to count because there was a block in the back. There was holding. What is it? Holding. Even worse. Those are the plays that frustrate me so much. I really appreciate having this RPO option, though. And we're going to do it 2 times in a row to them. Why not? We really just need to remain composed. It's our fault that it's here in the first place. I mean, Alex Merriman has 6 carries for 68 yards. He's been playing fantastically. The only reason we're trailing is because we've had some bad offensive play calls and decisions. Rodney Fields Jr. cutting that run to the outside could be one of them. Jeff Bobo, though, is going to get enough separation for us to find him here. Are we going to be able to punch it in? I feel like we should be able to. It might be time to pull out the speed option as well. This is something we've not run all season, but we get it to Alex Merriman, and you know that he's going to just hurdle over a guy. We get to celebrate with a 1-point lead at the end of the first half. He didn't have to do that hurdle. You could say it was a little unnecessary, but I enjoyed every second of it. And now they're trying to escape the pocket. You're not going to do it. We can trust Kevin Crum to be able to get his hands on the quarterback there. Couple seams open, and they came to the ball first. That's unfortunate. We were setting ourselves up to stop them early. Who knows, though? Maybe we still can. They hand it off to get the first. And I've seen enough. We're sending 7. The tight end just got flattened. He's open. Awful coverage. There have been times where our aggressiveness pays off. This is not one of those situations, though. We're there to guard the flat. And now that we're on to our 9th game this season, I feel like that's just when we lose what makes our team so good. We start to do dumb stuff. Even this play is out of character. It's really a coaching thing. I've run the ball so much that now I'm like, let's see what can happen if we just decided that we were going to sling it instead. Zach Forrest on the drag won't catch it. So let's return to our bread and butter. A handoff to Alex Merriman that is going to get us 15. I feel like for my style of play, we have run the ball so much in this series. This could be a great throw, though. Could be a great throw. Travis Smith Jr. dropped it. We laid that ball into his hands. I mean, we could not have set him up better than we did. That really stinks. On 3rd down, Alex Merriman was always going to get this one. It was designed to get him open underneath. And I know you see this one-on-one coverage with Zach Forrest. That's why we keep running these plays. He's not getting good enough releases, but eventually he should. It has set us up for a 3rd and 7, though. He's open. He's open. Our offensive line has done a great job of preventing us from taking a lot of sacks this season, but right there, we did not get it out in time. Fortunately for us, we are going to eventually get the Rebels to a 3rd and 18 that I don't think they're going to pick up on. There's a flag. Who's it against? Who is this against? Please, just... Okay, we're going to grab the interception with counsel. And it's against them. Perfect. We'll decline it. We'll take it back. And we're in this game. I was a little worried that somebody stepped offside just because of how fast they threw that. But there's hope again. And I'm being so aggressive. I want to go through the air so often. We're not running it at all. I'm just getting like this sense of urgency anytime we're down. And it's not good. It's not beneficial. Juke inside. Keep going. Okay. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. All season, as long as we've gotten to this point in this position, we've been able to close out the game. So I don't see why this would be any different for us. A little bit of a crazy read. Jeff Bobo, though, catches it. He is just so good. He is genuinely so good. We still need 10 more yards, though. We don't want to get held to a field goal, which is why we went with the draw. Zach Forrest is going to be our first read off of the slant, and if he's guarded, then I guess we need to just go down. It's annoying, but this kick will put us up by 1. And I just don't know if we're going to be able to get them to another 3rd and 18 like we did on the last drive. They're coming out in 5 wide, and I've decided that we're going to send in our 6-man blitz. It felt like the best way for us to stop them. It's just how it has to be. I know with these sliders, we give them the time, they're going to make something happen. They're sending it up on 3rd and 23. We're trying to swat, and we tipped it. Cameron Keys with the lockdown coverage. He's made a couple mistakes this season, but honestly, not too many. There's only 4 minutes left as well, so we're in a great position. We're just going to let Alex Merriman go to work on this first play. If that is any other running back, it is most likely a 3-yard loss. You saw how fast they were able to just get in there. He's still going. If they come really aggressively here, I think we're going to have the bubble. I don't know why we fell down to lose 3 yards. I just kind of panicked there, and we're stuck. This is a really, really big 3rd and 13. We got him. We got him. This is your chance, Travis Smith Jr. He can't hang on again. That's the 2nd time that he's dropped what should have been a touchdown. Luckily, Josh Neiman is good enough to drill this, but it is really frustrating because we were trying to avoid something like this happening. Now we have to get aggressive and hope that they don't block enough guys here. It's a run. Perfect. I just feel very uncomfortable sending 6 whenever they're in 5 wide, but we have to. It feels like the only option. 3rd down now. No one's there. They had a late route. We're not getting any pressure until this second, and everybody's backing up. It's 4th and 33, protecting the sticks. If we give this up, no, I just can't. I just cannot do it. That is why you can't give them any time. We should have sent a blitz. We should have sent a blitz. Minute left on the clock now. It's a good read. They're at the 22. We should probably be calling a timeout right now. The fact that we're not is just going to hurt our chances at winning. Though we could pick this. No, we're not going to pick it. They're going to catch it on our head. Ole Miss goes up by 3 points with a minute left. I knew it was happening. You knew it was happening. We all knew it was happening. This is why we can't hang around with teams that we know that we're better than, because then we get in this position where this is going to be off target. And if we don't get some big plays going in our favor, then we're going to lose this game. They just immediately got in pressure. They sent 4 people, and our center just gave up so fast. Sterling Sanders just won this game for Ole Miss. I mean, we can step up. We can make this a 4th down that we convert on. I guess we don't even have to go to 4th down. That's pretty exciting. Can we make that throw? No! I just want one thing to go right for us. We're going to have to head to overtime. There's no way that we're going to score a touchdown. And who knows what's going to happen in overtime. At least we know Travis Smith Jr. can take this slant. Wait. He's going to go all the way to the 3. 10 seconds left now. I don't think Micah Tease is going to get open. We might be able to hit Jeff Bozo. Never mind. I don't even know why I said Bozo. Doesn't matter. We're in the end zone. I'm mad. I'm upset that it came to this point, but we have done it. So many emotions just went through my head. What a game, though. Now, we know they're probably just going to make like some miraculous grab that's going to set them up for a Hail Mary here. So we're guarding all of that. I hope this is the final play. I can't believe that we're going to be able to pull this one out. What have we done through this series, though? We've won games that we shouldn't. We've clutched up games where it looks like it was all over, and I can't believe he just ran out of bounds. Credit in this one to player of the game is still going to go to Alex Merriman, but we were throwing it a lot more than we probably should have, and that's a sacks record for a single game. I didn't realize that Zena Umalazua got to the quarterback 6 times there. Just a great performance from the senior. And when a recruit can see an edge playing like that on a visit, then obviously he's going to want to come to Arkansas too. Although it was tight, that win moves us up to number 2 in the country. I don't see Ohio State up here though. They are 6-3. Who did they lose to? Because they felt almost unstoppable. They lost to Alabama, Penn State, and Minnesota? I mean, ideally, they don't make it to the playoff, which would allow us to have a much better chance at winning it all. We're not locked in there either, though. Mississippi State might be a 74 overall, but we doubted them last year, and we're not going to do it this season. They might come hard on us, but we're going to come even harder. And what I mean by that is we're going to literally run the ball on every single play on this first drive. It's what we should have been doing against Ole Miss. We're just going to pound it down their throat. For us to win this game, I don't want Devonta Worthy to need another quarterback masterclass. It needs to be behind Alex Merriman. As long as we keep getting positive gains on each down, it should be no problem running every play. Even on 3rd and 1, hand it off, and he gets a lot. He gets a lot. He's still going, and he might just be gone. This is why you stay on the ground. Here's what we know about the Mississippi State offense, though. They're going to spread us out, and they're going to try and pass for a lot of yards. We didn't lock him down in time. At least Tim Ball was able to make the tackle, and we get the sack. I told you, we were not playing around in this game. All we have to do is knock this out. That hurts to see right there. They should be running this ball. The fact that they're not is pretty surprising. See, now they're in hurry-up mode, and they're getting a little bit of a rhythm going. It's what we were worried about. I'm not kidding when I say I literally could not stop their offense last year. That's why I'm so afraid of it. On 3rd and 6, though, you know what we're doing. They're an empty, and there's the pressure. Listen, it's a simple numbers game. It's a 6v5. I'm not willing to drop back and let them just dot me up the whole game. I tried to play it nice, and we let Ohio State drop 58 points on our head, so we had to switch. Someone in the comments is going to say it's cheese, but I don't see it that way because, again, it's a numbers game that we're winning, and Zach Forrest might help us win here as we're already up 14-0. The stadium pulse is going crazy. Everyone knows that we're in a great position here. There are quite a few downsides to sitting in double mug, though, and that's one of them. You could just run it up the middle time and time again. The only real counter is us sending more pressure, but the second they pull it for a play action, it's over. Right now, the Rebels could just toast us deep. We got a lot of guys in there. No. There is very obviously scripting in this game that I've noticed the more I play. And this is what bugs me the most, because I feel like this was a lot less prevalent last year. Like, it would happen, just not as much. This is in our hands. There is no way for this ball to magically go into his hands the way it did. Oh, it just deflects off of them, and then he catches it immediately? Like, what are the odds of that happening? It looked like it just glided straight into his. It did still. It's not like a clean transition. If they could animate that to be cleaner, it wouldn't bug me as much. But the fact that it's not, and we have to sit here and act like they should have picked that up, it's just dumb, man. I mean, it's 14-7 now. We should have had a pick. All the momentum in this game was on our side, and this is an awful read. It's just an awful read, but it worked. I'm really worried about Mississippi State beating us still. That's why that last possession just upsets me. Because last year, we had a ball hit off of our helmet, bounce into their hands for a touchdown. Like, they are the luckiest team against us, though we're starting out with 21 points. In order for us to win this game, we are playing the way that we need to. There's a big hole there. It's why I don't really want to be running 3-3-5 split versus them. On 2nd and 4, it's another handoff, and it's enough. I just feel like we need to come out more aggressively like this, and we can fly in there, hopefully stop the run. It'll take us to the end of the first quarter, but this is still setting up to be a shootout like last year's game. Luke Kromenhoek has stayed loyal to this school. He's been there like every season, and it is very hard for me to forget his name for what he's done to us. We're going to try and stop the run on 3rd down. We didn't do a good job of it. We're still out there in man-to-man coverage as well. This time, play action, good pressure. I don't think that they're going to run it here. We are in a cover 2. We definitely just got bailed out by that drop. We're watching everyone, and all they can do is dump it off. They're punting it. They had the perfect storm to beat us last year, or just the perfect offense to take us down. Just the way they've started this game, though, I don't think it's going to set up that same way. Alex Merriman cuts. Oh, he's going to get caught here, unfortunately. We've already been able to put up 131 yards on the ground with him, though. See how choppy this is, though? Like, we caught it, and then we just threw it out of our hands. Like, obviously, ratings impact your catching and stuff behind the game. So I don't know if the calculations are just registering like half a second later so you get these wonky animations or what. But it's like they're calculating what is going to happen based off of the ratings on a delay, which is causing this. I just feel like that's something that's become more apparent the longer the games come out. I don't know if an update made it even worse or what. But when you play every snap like I do in this series, you notice it a lot more versus a rebuild where I'm hopping in every so often. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining about it. It's driving me a little insane. We really got almost nothing with that run there, and I can't believe we caught the ball. We're trying to make it 28-7 and end this one early. Alex Merriman is going to break the tackle. He sheds it. He is in the end zone for another tutty. It's just been a dream game out of him. That's a touchdown. That is why you can't run this play all the time. They didn't score, but they should have because that was just awful coverage. They're going to pass it instead of running it here, and now they're going down. I actually like this a lot. We're trying to tempt them to hand the ball off, and we know that they're not going to. So that's how the second quarter is going to end. Now, they have the ball first in the third. They were clearly able to find some success there, and now they're at the 35. We're going to call a timeout. We had to regroup. They were clearly moving the ball way too effortlessly, and that was a great decision. We just caused them to lose 6 yards. Now they're going to gain like 3 of it back. But all I wanted to do out of this drive was make sure that they didn't score a touchdown, and there's just no way they picked this up. Come on. Well, I guess there's a way. They had some great blocks down the field. They should have done that to us, but we're going to get more aggressive, and it worked. Here on 3rd and 9, cutting across the middle. That was on me. Mississippi State just doesn't want to be out of it. But then they come out with defense like this, and I really wonder what they're thinking, because they're just going to give us the easiest touchdown of all time. Their corners are not good enough to press like that. Back on top by 14 points. Maybe this drive we can figure out how to get another defensive stop. We're going to be sending 5 players. They're going to keep it, and now we're going for the hit stick. He doesn't lose it. I would like to see some harder hits out there. It's like we're playing it nice against the quarterback. It's a fumble that they land. Kevin Crum is responsible for another sack. We're out there to play the RPO, and I get to use her as safety in a linebacker position. We should be clamping up on this 3rd and long. It's a double coverage read that isn't being caught. I don't know about you all, but it feels like we are about to start pulling away in this game. We might as well keep a slot fade out there. See how this goes for us. Can Micah Tease outrun that kid? I think he can. Slot fades aren't being caught. Zach Forrest really is the only receiver that we can trust consistently to catch the ball deep whenever he's open. Everybody else just manages to drop it a lot of the time. Even Travis Smith Jr., who just had a touchdown off of it. What I really don't like right now is that we're sitting in cover 3 because, yeah, it's just going to leave the seam wide open. That's why we can't be in cover 3 at a double mug. It's just how Mississippi State's offense is. It's why we have so many problems all the time. The only way we're not going to have issues is if we can get our blitz in like we just did there. I'm not sure who I was running to cover. That's up to 7 sacks, though. It's setting up to be a really good game for our defense. We might actually hit double-digit sacks. No pressure getting in when we send 4, though. So they catch it, and then they break a tackle and get into the end zone. See how they always stay in the game? Like, what if I sat here and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It took 10 seconds for us to get any pressure on that play. That's with pass committing, sending 4 guys, and honestly, being like 10 overall is better than all the players that we're going up against. I think we're going to be able to find Jeff Bobo here. But you can just see why I get so frustrated against Mississippi State. Granted, I have done this to myself with these sliders. I understand that. It's about to be 3rd and 3. I might make this 4-down territory for us for no matter what. Alex Merriman's busting out of there. Come on. Now, there's an injury timeout for him. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for, but we've hit them with the play action. The most pointless play of all time. We consistently run it. It never works. And I meant to do a pump fake there. On 3rd and 7, I might just step up in the pocket. We didn't get it out, though. Not in time, so we're going to have a 10-point lead, assuming this kick goes in. Oh, we shanked it. We shanked it. This is exactly how we lose to Mississippi State, and our coverage is awful. I'm going to be honest. Sending 6 in this situation is insane. I cannot cover all these guys. They deserve to get like 20 yards here. What's the response to that, though? Well, if sending 6 doesn't work, send 7. He got that handoff out. It looked like we had him wrapped up. I guess we didn't. Who's going to be open underneath? Running back. That's our man. The worst thing I could have done as well is I accidentally pressed. We're not going to get out there in time. He didn't pick it up. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. He had it, and he wouldn't take the 1st down. What a bailout. What a bailout. Now we're keeping it on the read option. Do not fumble. Alex Merriman's probably not coming back for the rest of this game, but we got to keep it on the ground. And I just can't believe they're sitting there pressing right now. We're going to go with the halfback screen instead of trying to beat them deep, which was a really smart decision. But I just can't get over the fact that they had the 1st down and they opted to not taking it. I love how Cameron Williams has gotten 1 carry all season, by the way, and he got injured on that play. There was a point in this dynasty where it seemed like he had potential to be a decently big player for us. We're going to scramble. We're going to scramble on 3rd down, and we're going to get a lot more than I was thinking. We are so close to going back up 2 possessions, but it might need to come through Micah Tease. We get it out to him in time, and he is in. From this point, we are going to continue to send 7. And they're going to get a touchdown because of it. But either way, let's say that they get in. All we have to do is make sure they don't recover the onside kick. Luke Kromenhoek is such a beast, man. Look at our luck, though. They're going to go for 2. They're probably going to convert here and then get the onside kick. That's just how this would play out. Handoff is in. I see what's happening. Please just catch this. We catch it. What a catch from Durbin, our 4th string running back. Big play. It came down to that. But we have taken down the Bulldogs, and they will always be one of my least favorite conference games every season. It took a huge performance out of Alex Merriman to win, and with a couple games left in the regular season, he's already set the Arkansas single-season rushing touchdowns record. Forget Darren McFadden, we have the greatest Arkansas running back on the roster right now. We're about to play at number 13 Texas. We could knock them out of the playoff, and what is so great about this game is no matter what, we are in the SEC championship as long as we beat Missouri next week. As you can see, every other team in our conference is just beat up on each other. Obviously, though, this is not when I want our 9-game winning streak to end. I can't really remember over the last few seasons if this game's been really good. I would assume it has been, but maybe our defense has just come out and played so well that it hasn't. The playbook they use really affects how they're going to play. See, we won by 14 points last year. We're on a 2-game winning streak against Arkansas. Alex Merriman takes this first carry for 20, and the audibles are not happening with this stadium pulse, but that's okay. He's going to cut up, and no one is going to get a hand on him. There's only one player that could still stop him. He ruined the big play, but now we're just going to come out. I did not mean to pump fake. At least Micah T still got to the ball. I thought that'd be a much bigger gain, though. We let him get his break so we can come back out and get this carry. If we don't pick up this 3rd and 5, I'm not sure on whether or not I want to go for it on 4th down yet. I guess we're not going to have to worry about that, though, because he is in the end zone. That's a great start for us. Their run's going nowhere, and I love it. They're not in a hurry-up offense, so we got to set our defense for this next one. The more time you give us to operate on defense, the harder it's going to be to score. Something's probably going to come underneath. Oh, throw it straight to Leach. Throw it straight to Leach. What we might even be doing is benching Alex Merriman early on. If we can go up 14-0, 21-0, I want to take him out because his wear and tear has picked up so much to where he's already tired. And here we go. On a 3rd and 9, what we've done is we've rolled out, thrown it to Jeff Bobo, who dropped it. That did not go that well for us, though, and we'll drill the field goal to go up by 10. Unfortunately, in response, Texas had a couple of very big plays that have put them all the way down to this point on the field, and it looks like they're just going to pass for a touchdown. Things changed so fast, so Alex Merriman is going to be out there for a while. We can't even audible if we wanted to go deep. It's just going to be more carries for the sophomore. But we were smart here. We wanted a 4 verticals look. I wanted to see if we could beat them with Travis Smith Jr., which is what he's done. He actually catches it to back up 10. Hopefully this time they don't just walk us down the field for the easiest touchdown of all time. That was the zone we should have been guarding. And you know exactly where we've messed up. They're out here in 5 wide, but we're not sending a blitz. We're sitting here trying to play coverage. Granted, double mug is the reason that they had so much success on their last drive. They were easily able to torch it, but right there, we got a sack. On 3rd and 21, I would really appreciate if they don't come close to getting a field goal out of this drive. They're going to send this one up, and we should pick this ball off. I don't even know if they could have kicked a field goal anyway if it was like 4th and 2. Cutting it back, nowhere to go. But you know what we can do? We can throw this up. Zach Forrest, one-on-one. I'm thirsty for it. I'm desperate. Come on. I'm desperate for a big play. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. I wanted that so bad. It's better than us running like 12 plays of just running it over and over to get down the field. It takes away all the risk of me making dumb mistakes, bad reads. It is 3rd and 13, though. It's seeming like they're just going to hold us to a field goal. You know what? Let's throw that to Jeff Bobo. I thought he'd be able to make that catch. He wasn't. We missed the kick. So that just turned out to be an entire waste of a drive. It's so frustrating. Can we knock that out? I can't believe how much our defense has shifted over to these aggressive blitzes. But on top of tackling, we had started to focus. Why aren't we jumping for the ball there? Why are we not jumping for the ball there? Anyway, what I was trying to say was on top of tackling, one of our big off-season focuses was improving our man-to-man coverage. I am never touching these sliders again, though. Once this series is over, never again. They frustrate me so much. There's been so many dumb things that have happened to us. This is our chance to make a play with Tim Ball. He knocked it loose. And I will say, if this series was just on base Heisman, we probably would have won a championship already. So there have been benefits to these sliders. There's just been a lot of negatives too. There's just no way that we do it a 3rd time, though. I thought, for whatever reason, we were going to find Zach Forrest deep. I guess this big gain to Jeff Bobo works out well for us. It's just the looks that they're giving us before these plays make it so obvious what we need to do. Ideally, this is still going to be the final drive of the first half. Alex Merriman gets 7 or 8. He's currently sitting at 100 rushing yards. I would love if this was the final drive of the game that he's in for. I'd be willing to take that risk up 24-7, benching him so he could get some rest. If he can't get anything going with this carry, though, it's looking like we might just get held to a field goal. It's a fumble, and the stadium pulse didn't prevent us from putting a slant out there. Third down. I think we're just going to take our 3. Now, Josh Neiman missed from here the last time. He's not going to miss again. And then Texas just took it into the third quarter since they got the ball first. There is nothing more fun than just watching our defense go to work on some of those quick pressures. If they throw it to Leach again, that'd be great. Great for us. We get the pick out of it. We get the pick out of it. Tucker hangs on. He's not going all the way. But our best linebacker, Marcus Tucker, finally gets an interception this season. I wanted to cut this back. That was an awful move. I'm just trying to find ways to get Alex Merriman a big play, and that can be the last one he needs in this game. Right here, he's going to cut it inside to the 6. But it's not another touchdown yet, and he's been taken out of the game. We're going to fumble. That is just the expectation I have out of Devonta Worthy. Can we get a touchdown here? Thank you. Thank you. This is the last time he's seeing the field today. I don't know how much this is going to help do his wear and tear recovery, but we needed to get him out. I really just can't believe how terrible Texas's offense has been. They audibled before this play, so I figured they had something drawn up that they liked. And it was there. It was definitely there. Second down, instant pressure on that run. Doing that's been our best chance at stopping the run as well. You've seen how many broken tackles we've dealt with over the last few years. Ever since we started staying in mid-blitz most of the game, we have finally been able to wrap up. This game is not over yet, though. I feel like we can just really destroy that side of the field. Micah Tease is open. That was a great read of taking what the defense gives you. Inside zone on second down, losing a yard. But I think we're going to get Zach Forrest on this slant. If he's not there, I'll gladly go over to Micah Tease. It was a little bit of a hospital ball. I guess we'll take a 22-point lead. I don't really mind that, though. There are literally Texas fans that are just booing because of how bad they've been playing. This is a little bit of a hard spot to be in on 3rd and 2 because we know someone is probably going to get open from that bunch set. Whenever we can get them out in a spread formation like this, though, especially if it's 4 verticals, that's when they typically mess up. Oh, no. Running back's out there, and they throw it. They throw this. We can break that up. Okay. All we're doing is we're shading our man-to-man coverage to the outside, and then we're shading it underneath. He hurdles it. No fumble. Once someone goes airborne, I'm looking for the hit stick. They were in 5 wide. Their quarterback made like 3 audibles before the play too, but I don't understand why. There was no way that they were going to pick up a 6-man rush. I think from here, we should be good to win this game. I just can't lock it in for 100% certainty because of the game that we blew a 24-point lead in a couple years ago. But look how easy this was to make. I mean, Travis Smith Jr. has not done much for us this season besides drop balls in the end zone and simply run in a straight line. But whenever he hangs on, he runs in a straight line pretty well. What I need to start mixing in whenever we get down into this position is these RPOs where we can just throw the slant. It makes it so much easier for us to score, and we ended up winning 43-14. It was a great performance out of Devonta Worthy. I have to give him his credit when credit's due. I think we're done recruiting, by the way. Outside of this halfback that's a north-south blocker with 80 speed, I don't even want him. We're going to remove him from our board. We've been able to sign 17 players, one of those being a 5-star, 6 of them being 4 stars. And we better end the regular season with a battle line rivalry win. One thing I've really started to think about, though, is if we want Alex Merriman to play in this game, a Heisman Trophy's on the line and he is the favorite, but if he sits out, then it's going to have an impact. But what would have an impact on our championship run is if his season health continues to drain. He could probably lock up the Heisman if he just rushed for like 4 touchdowns in this game. But we're going to want him for the SEC championship, and I don't want to say this is a meaningless matchup, but we know either way, we are going to make it to the conference championship game. We also know that either way, we should probably be a playoff team. They tested our man-to-man coverage on 3rd down. Tim Ball was the one guy that we just manned up, and they're starting to gash us. I recognize the name Larry Regis as well. I think their quarterback used to be part of this roster, but we snag the RPO the first time we've done that all year. And Ford, Quinton Ford, getting us off to a great start. That means so much to me. They've kept it with the read option, and we're going to go for a hit stick. Larry did not fumble the ball there, though. He should have never left Arkansas. Ideally, we just make his experience awful here as we're sitting out there in 5 wide, giving up the slant. It's gone. It's gone. They're gone. Not much more else to say. We gave up something we shouldn't have. So that was a pretty hectic start to this game for just the first couple of minutes. Here on 2nd and 10, we're going to take our drag after that run. Went for almost nothing. Zach Forrest almost took that all the way. That was a really exciting moment. And Micah Tease has just found the space between the 2 safeties. Man, this is a shootout. You know what would make it only one way, though? Is if we hit them in the backfield. We still made him lose 3. Moses Council's just got to wrap up a little bit better there, though. And there's a fumble. There's a fumble. Get off of the lineman. He's getting sucked there into a block. And now they complete the 3rd and 14. Sometimes it's starting to feel like where our user is at is just so irrelevant. And that inside leverage there was a massive deal. Okay, here on 3rd and 16, I am ready to spam triangle to hold it down. There's no way that we give up another play. Another play they should have never had. Clearly, I didn't understand how salty Larry was that we gave up on him. They break a tackle as well, so they're at the 15. And the worst thing they could have done was flip the play because it messed up all of our coverage. Before the end of this first quarter, we've already been able to get 3 sacks against the Tigers. But Larry Regis has thrown for 150 passing yards. They're going with a halfback screen. They're not going to pick it up. Okay, there we go. We can still work with this. Hopefully, we can get a big play going in our favor here. I don't know why I've decided to just switch to 4 verticals. There was no reason to do that. I mean, we should have just been running the ball with Alex Merriman. But I think it stems from a lack of respect for their coverage. I know they're most likely not going to be able to hold us whenever we're passing the football. The less Alex Merriman has to get beat up, the better. Though, for his Heisman odds, we do need him to get some big plays every so often, and this would do it. He's just looking to finish this drive off for us with a touchdown run. But the Tigers know that, so they were bringing in some pressure. Now, the reason we've been trying to build a better roster on paper than everybody we face is so we can run man-to-man. But right there, they were able to complete a pass, and it was one I thought we might be able to get to beforehand. That last second audible almost really hurt us. See, the computer is definitely adapting to what we're giving them. They take the slant, they're short, and we have the ball back, but I wasn't sure if that's how it was going to go. We have the look that we really want, though. They're in man-to-man coverage, which means that right side of the field is going to have a lot less players on it. We get it over to Alex Merriman. It's his speed versus 1 player, basically, and he's going to be caught. That is still a really good gain for us. And you've seen the counter work really well for us every so often, but then there's plays like that where it just looks terrible. I know my quick read here. It's going to be out to Zach Forrest, who goes to the 13. We have hit the point where there is only 2 minutes left in the first half as well. I feel like that came so fast. Missouri has started to call some timeouts, by the way. They're assuming that we're most likely going to score, and then they're going to get their opportunity to respond. With the way we've been playing defensively, though, I don't mind it. I think what we're going to do is switch up to zone coverage. Whenever teams are able to toast us while we just sit in man-to-man, we need to figure out what is it going to take to make plays on the ball like that. And I think something like this could work out really well. I just have to be careful about the left side of the field. What we are really relying on is our defensive line actually getting pressure in as well. Maybe what we need to do is just send 5 guys and dial in some more pressure, and we snack it with Osborne. The freshman gets it. We pitch it back. Oh, we're not going to be able to return it, but that would have been sick. I actually thought we were about to pull that off too. It was kind of dumb to lateral it, but just in case we got a big play, I had to try. I guess we're still going for points to end this first half too. They're dropping everybody back, which is going to leave some massive holes to run. I'll continue to do that with no issue at all. It's not burning that much clock for us to just hurry it up and then get the quick handoff out to Alex Merriman. He was able to avoid a lot of tackles there. At some point though, we should probably be passing the ball. You saw them back guys up as well. It's like they somehow knew that we were about to go deep. This might not be open. It could have been intercepted, but it's because tight end Jeff Bobo wasn't running that route. He would have been able to find a way to get open like he just did right here, hanging on, making it 35-10 at the end of the first half. Now, that doesn't mean that this game is over, but if we start the second half right, it should be. We'll hopefully score another touchdown with Alex Merriman, and then we can bench him. I think our favorite formation this season has been this pistol dual close, where we take these stretches and turn them into some pretty large gains. He's been taken out for this next play, though, that Rodney Fields Jr. is going to get us 15 on. I mean, this crowd is so silent right now, it's actually really sad to see. Did you just notice that we put him on a streak and then they back someone up immediately? How did they know that we were going to have someone on a streak? The computer, they're better at adjusting than they should be. That's insane to me. I guess what they might have seen, though, is they might have seen us trying to motion over and get a change on the route. So they felt like they needed to be a little bit more passive because they could see us audibling. I'm not too upset about it. Look at that speed boost from Alex Merriman. It looked like he was about to attempt a Saquon 360 hurdle before he got brought down there. I don't even know if that's in this game or not. He's not in, but I want this to be his final carry of the game. A touchdown run. Come on. Come on. We might actually get stuffed here. We're handing it off on 4th down and we don't. And since he's starting to build up some wear and tear damage, this is the perfect time to get him off of the field. Ever since then, we've kind of just been trying to lazily end this game, which is how Missouri has been able to score another 14 points. They're looking like they're about to get another touchdown, which would make this look like it's been a close matchup. But I think we all know the truth. It hasn't been. they still catch it. I mean, they might have just found their new quarterback. I think their backup threw for 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, but it doesn't matter. If anything, it was just frustrating. I just wanted it to end with us blowing them out. We still won by 11. And in the SEC championship, we're going to have to play the Tennessee Volunteers. I think it makes a lot of sense for us to move up to number 1 in the country, though Baylor at 12-0 is below 10-2 Georgia Tech. Looking at some of these other teams that are currently ranked, San Jose State is undefeated. They're number 7. Duke, not surprised that they're up here. Buffalo, also undefeated. Louisiana, also undefeated. Coastal Carolina here. What is happening with these group of 5 schools? For a lot of them, they're playing for a playoff spot during conference championship week. Ohio State's not even ranked. They fell to 8-4. You know, it really helps how many teams in the SEC went 8-4. That is the reason that the playoff picture in the top 25 looks like this, because everyone just beat up on each other. Now, you might be wondering, how did Tennessee get in? It's because it's split up by divisions, so we can play against all of our rivals on the SEC West side of things. That was the best way to get the schedule to work out the way that we wanted to. It actually caused us to make it to the SEC Championship in Season 2. This year, we definitely deserve it. I think we should be able to take that trophy home, but if anyone's going to beat us, we haven't played Tennessee yet. And the veer and shoot they run is typically a pain to stop, but if we're sending blitzes, it might not be too terrible. Okay, so quarterback Air Nolan has transferred over from Ohio State. And you can tell how good this kid is because it's very quickly become 7-0. That took them absolutely no time at all. We're going to be looking to respond with a big carry out of Alex Merriman, who ran through 3 dudes. Though here's where we could really make something happen. We haven't run this play yet this season, but it opened it up for us last year. I had to see if there was anything there, and it almost makes me want to audible and let Zach Forrest and also Travis Smith Jr. just run by some of these defenders. Though they got their sack. Not a sack, they're hit. Whatever. 3rd and 10 now. We might get held to a 3-and-out. Man-to-man coverage. That's great lockdown defense. So ours is getting exposed right now, but they're able to just shut us down on a route that typically destroys man-to-man. It is certainly not ideal. I'll tell you that. They hit us with an RPO. Aaron Nolan is 3 for 3 so far. And once again, just dusting our man-to-man. I mean, this is going to get ugly fast if we don't start getting some sacks. Thankfully, we did. And they just go over there. We got turned around. Tim Ball, you can transfer back out. You don't need to be on this team. We have finally found someone that's not just going to let us run blitzes all game against them. They're going to make it hard for us to stop them. The shadows currently look incredible, but everything that is happening out on the field is not incredible. That's the only thing that's currently going well for us. I feel just as helpless as we did against the Buckeyes, and even though they're not going to be in the playoffs, Tennessee will. It doesn't matter win or lose this game. Both of us are playoff teams, so there is the chance that we could see Tennessee again. I don't think a loss here would drop us down from number 1 to where we'd lose a playoff bye, though, which is nice because I still want to bye in the playoffs. But we can't even be thinking about that at the moment. We could still win this game. They're going to be in not a cover 0. Alex Merriman wide open underneath. I can't believe that they just left a Heisman potential winning running back open. Now they've called a timeout. They see us getting momentum. I hope that does not stall this drive out. I am probably not going to kick a field goal. I think it's all or nothing here. We get it back within 7 points, or we just stay down by 14. Hold your block. 3rd down, Jeff Bobo probably not going to get open with that corner route, but underneath, Micah Tease can find his way to the 1. I guess it would have been too difficult to just end the drive there. We still have to fight for an extra half a yard. What we should do defensively, though, is where I really struggle, because I think if we're not usering over the middle of the field, they're literally just going to beat us deep for more big games. But this might not be the way to stop them. It's the same playbook as Mississippi State. The issue is they're actually pretty good. We have manned up that guy over the middle. They're going to keep it on 3rd down in Air Nolan. Air Nolan's gone. He's not fast enough to go all the way, but he is fast enough to guarantee that they're in field goal range. We currently have no answers to stop this Tennessee offense. Even there, they were able to fight for more than they probably should have. He's not going to throw us an interception, though. Wait, he is! He is! We lurk him with Moses Council. I shouldn't be trying to return this. That was dumb. Now we're going to need 96 yards to tie things all up at 14. But Alex Merriman can be the start of that as he spins for 10. I cannot believe that Aaron Nolan just gave us the ball there. All he had to do was hang on to it. He's already thrown for 151 on us, but he wanted the big play. And look at how we can spread out this defense. We might just get a touchdown here. Is it open? No, it's not. But with the playmaker, we're going to be able to find Zay Robinson. We might as well just go to the air as well and see how many big plays we can pull off. Why are we running away from the football? Never mind. It was not worth it to try and throw the ball because of stuff like that. No one picked him up. So here on 3rd and 10, we're going to have to stand in the pocket and make a read that's inaccurate. I just don't understand how we're missing that pass. He is like 99 short and 99 medium accuracy. and it's still not enough. Oh my gosh, what a play. We are going to get far more aggressive than we probably should, but we're going for the safety, and they're still at the 2. This should be a run again, and it is. It is. We're out there. It's a safety. It's a safety. I guess that makes up for the fact that we probably should have been getting points on our last drive. I hit the wrong button. We had somebody wide open, but sometimes Devonta Worthy just doesn't see everything the way that he needs to. It makes it 3rd down, and what type of coverage are we getting here on Alex Merriman? I guess we'll throw it. Off target. What an absolute waste of a drive. This punt is not going to pin them back the same way, unfortunately. They're even going to get a chance to return it. I do like how they're currently lined up, though. We know that a run is going to be coming on this play. The question is, can we stop it? Here we go, dealing with them in hurry-up mode. Everyone is open here. Got to make this tackle. I had to call a timeout so we could switch up our defense, and I moved him around so we could guard that. The issue, though, is we're playing to the outside. They should be able to complete that pass. Once we switch our coverage to playing to the inside, that's what changes things. But then they could beat us in a whole other way. They're testing that zone, that little space in the zone, and they found it. We're currently down by 12 points, and I don't know why I feel so hopeless. We've just had a couple bad offensive drives, but this is a winnable game for us still, especially through the ground. They're not stopping the run very well. Alex Merriman needs to win the Heisman Trophy by winning this game. And I am going to try and split the cover 2 on this next one, which Micah Tease helps us do. With 1.5 minutes left in this first half still, we take the carry with Alex. He's going to go to the 9. And the Tennessee timeouts have come out. They were trying to stop the clock so they could get this ball back. They're going to. We're not in. Alex Merriman was sending it to the end zone there. He has been stopped. He does take it in on the next play. But here's the issue. Tennessee still has 41 seconds to do something versus our defense. And after that, I would like to think that they're just going to hand it off and run it to the end of the half, but they're still trying to score. Luckily, they've run it down to 9 seconds left before getting off this next snap, so we should be fine, which we are, but that takes us into halftime trailing by 5 points, and I can't remember whether or not we got the ball first. Turns out we got it to open up this 3rd quarter, and look how they just came out. We were going to run the football, but I audibled over a pass because Zach Forrest was being pressed, and he's going to be able to hang on here. Just like that, we're already down to the 28. Now we're hitting him with an RPO. Alex Merriman able to cut it up and go to the 12. He is 17 carries deep for 95 yards, but he has a couple touchdowns, and he's looking to get his 3rd here. I don't think anyone's getting a hand on him. You see how fast that was? Now, I made the mistake of simming the 2-point conversion because I wasn't thinking. I thought we'd just be kicking an extra point here. I don't know why I did, but that is why we are currently only up by a point. There's a sack. I don't know when teams are going to learn that going 5 wide against us is a really bad idea. I don't think anything's open here. They just have so much time. Why? We pass committed. They sent 4. We were blocking 5, and it just doesn't make a difference at all. I don't know what to do here either. I want to call a timeout since they're staying in hurry-up mode. I really don't love what we have out there defensively, but we have no choice but to live with it. 3rd and 8. If they bring 2 slants across the field, I don't think we're going to be able to cover all of them. It looks like he hesitated, though. We brought him down. You know what? I don't think they should have gotten any points out of this drive, but I'd much rather 3 than 7. And I'm very interested on whether or not they're going to be running some Tampa 2 here. Unfortunately, it's cover 3, but I still think we could get a huge gain out of it. Never mind. We should have just handed it off in the first place. Now it's going to be 3rd and 7. The takeoff ability can work really well. No one picked him up. That was an incredible corner blitz. I wasn't expecting it, even though we had someone open. By the time I realized it, it was just too late. I really just have to applaud them there. I'm going to be interested on whether or not they're able to get this ball out. Tim Ball. Tim Ball is a liability. That's all he is. Tim Ball is a liability. Here comes the hurry-up mode, too. I'm actually surprised that they're throwing it. There's a flag. That's great. It's against them. It's holding. Bring it back. We can hold them to a field goal on this drive. In order to do so, though, we really need them to not just get a huge run the next play. Okay, they're in the end zone. I was in run defense. Down by 9 points, man. It's frustrating. We've played pretty poorly, and we probably needed this wake-up call, but I didn't want it to happen in the SEC Championship. Our RPO was locked up. We got very lucky. Now, I do think we could still beat them deep on this play. Is Zach Forrest like that? Are we like that to make this throw? He hangs on. He hangs on. This is such a good game right now. I'm assuming there's a run going on here. We got a motion coming in. No one's open. He throws that. There's no way he just slings this against us like that. There's no way. I just hit a whole octave I've not unlocked since I was like 12. What? Wide receiver Braylon Sisk and Air Noland is the scariest duo we have faced all season, and I don't think it's close. Forget anybody on Ohio State. They just had the better roster on paper. Tennessee does not. They're just being carried. What's great is we're still not out of it either. We could easily score. Maybe not easily. It is 3rd and 5. But we're going to be looking for our star. And he makes the catch. No, they knocked it out. Okay, I think we have to play it smart and just get this game back within a possession. They almost blocked that kick. There's a flag. What a play. What a lucky play for us. We do not deserve a new set of downs. We're still going to be going into the 4th quarter down by 9 points, but it feels more manageable. For this first play of the 4th quarter, we've just handed it off and broke a tackle. That's Alex Merriman doing what he does best. I think the Heisman is his. Are we going to be able to get them off of the field, though? That's the question. And Aaron Noland breaks 1 tackle. Can he fumble? This offense is just so hard for us to get a stop against. There's a flag. I didn't know if it was going to be face mask or what, but it looks like it's against them. I didn't think it was going to be holding, though. That somewhat bails us out, making it 1st and 20. We're in there. Now, I have to decide if it is worth it for us to send a blitz like that. I wasn't sure how I felt, but it is going to be 3rd and 29. It almost feels impossible that they're going to be able to pick anything up here. They just dump it off. And we got guys all around him. Aaron Noland's stats just popped up, though. He has thrown the ball for 457 yards. It made me so mad to see that. I mean, we have just been getting obliterated by one single player. All we need is a field goal, though. I feel like we can get a field goal and win this game. Not by having 1-yard gains on the ground, though. That's for sure. Micah Tease, you catch it. Or maybe it was Travis Smith Jr. Either way, I got worried that we were about to drop that ball. Alex Merriman has now had 28 attempts in this game for 153 yards, so he's still playing pretty well. You certainly cannot complain about getting 5 yards per carry. I mean, that's still making a massive difference. What we're going to need, though, is 10 more yards since Tennessee still has 3 timeouts. They didn't call one after that last play, but I'm pretty sure they're going to call one after this one. You got to reach for it. And it's so dumb. We got hit with an injury timeout, so they're going to have even more time left on the clock. There's no guarantees that we get into the end zone here. I mean, our last run just got stuffed. This one takes us to the 1, but it is looking like we might have to settle for a field goal. I don't like that. I don't like that. Great blocking. I still don't feel very comfortable leaving them with a minute left on the clock, but we got to make some of these tackles inbounds. That's going to make a big difference. It'll keep the clock running. They only have 1 timeout left. Not sure what they're going to go with here. Oh, he was open for a second. They're running back. I don't know when it happened, but at some point EA has started to program it to where receivers just start running backwards after a route. And they're going to spike the ball here, leaving them with 33 seconds. I think we're going to have to start sending 4. Sending 3 has not been getting pressure in fast enough. He catches it, and that's going to be their final timeout. Now, you could argue that we should be sending a blitz if they're in 5 wide. But I don't think I trust these guys to get it in. I think we'd give up an easy touchdown, and it would be really dumb. We've just been dropping everybody back. They're going to have to spike it. They're on a 4th and 6. And I really hope that we don't get aggressive caught on. I don't want to give this up. Okay, it's underneath. That's fine. That is fine. By the time that they get up to the line and spike the ball, they're probably only going to have 1 play left. No, they're not even going to get off the snap. We've won the SEC championship with Arkansas. It was a hard-fought win, but we have made it happen with Sam Pittman. I really, really hope that there is no way we see Aaron Noland and this Tennessee offense in the playoffs again. It took Alex Merriman rushing for 177 yards and 5 touchdowns in order for us to take home that trophy. It is no surprise he has set the single-season rushing yards record with that performance. And can we talk about how good of a season Zeno Umeozulu has had for us off of the edge? I would not be surprised if when they start announcing defensive awards, he wins Defensive Player of the Year for a lot of things. Almost 2,000 rushing yards for Alex Merriman. Just give us that Heisman trophy already. You know that you want to do so. He gets the Maxwell. Where's the Heisman? That's all we want. We want the Heisman trophy. And here it is. For the rest of our team, what did I tell you about Zena? I think he's going to get all 3 defensive awards that you can get just from being on the defensive line. It's normally how it plays out. And Jeff Bobo is going to take home the John Mackey Award for the best tight end in the country. Moses Council wins the Jim Thorpe Award, the best defensive back. We are taking a clean sweep of all of them. And when it comes to who our quarterfinal opponent's going to be, it's either Oklahoma again or Duke. Honestly, we might just want it to be the Sooners with the way that we handled them at their place, beating them by 17. And Devontae Worthy turned around his season the second half of the year. He only threw 2 more interceptions. I think he had 15 or 17 more touchdowns than when we last looked at his stats. Obviously, Alex Merriman was still the main man for the show. And then Jeff Bobo led the team in receiving yards. It's very rare that we do that with a tight end, especially since Zach Forrest caught so many deep balls. On the defensive side, Coleman Patman and Moses Council led the team in tackles. 21.5 sacks for Zina Umalizulu. No wonder he was able to win all those defensive awards. We know what this whole season is about, though, whether or not we can win a championship, and our first opponent's going to be Duke. They were almost able to double their score against the Sooners. If we get past them, we'd get either Michigan or Miami. Both of those would probably be pretty tough. And I do find it pretty crazy that there is no SEC left, with 8 teams remaining in the playoffs, but we average more points than the Blue Devils, and it's time to take them on. They could still catch us off guard, but we've been playing SEC schools for 9 weeks straight. So theoretically, facing off against them should be a tier down and not as difficult for us to beat. On our first play, we're going to see if we can get a huge gain versus them. I think we're going to. I think we're going to be able to find Travis Smith Jr. all the way down to the 27, where we haven't even had to use Alex Merriman yet. He's going to take this carry, and the blocks are looking good. The blocks are looking really good. What did I say? We're going to get off to a great start. We only need about 5 more yards now, and we got sucked into him. But I still think we'll finish off this drive, and that is exactly what we do to Jeff Bobo. Do you see how quick that was? I'm not sure if getting defensive stops is going to be as easy as that, but there's the numbers game paying off, and it's already 3rd down. If we send 6 versus their 5, I just genuinely don't think they're going to have enough time. We have to trust that our man-to-man coverage is better than the receivers that they're going to have out there on the field. We will hopefully get a good return going as well, but we don't. Oh, well, we already got the start that we wanted anyway. We're going to hand this one off. Alex Merriman finds the room. He can't get around every player here. But I just don't think the Blue Devils are going to have an answer for us unless we throw a pick. You knew I was due for a read like that at some point. Halfback screens will be much easier for us to complete, break 1, tackle 2. I just can't believe how easy it feels to move the ball because we've been facing off against tough teams for a while. You know, it gets annoying hearing people glaze the SEC all the time, but there are points where they are correct about it. It is a very good conference. And that difference is even shown inside of video games, as it's already 14-0. If only we would have played with this much confidence and aggression at the beginning of the season, we would have done so much better. At least we figured out we have to do it at some point. And here's the defense we're running on 3rd and 20. We want to send these guys in, and we want to be able to generate some quick pressure. So all we have to do is wrap up. That might actually be a better move anytime someone's in 5 wide, even though you would think it might not work. And if the Blue Devils are going to have any chance at beating us, they're going to have to stop us on this drive. For fun, I might just throw up a ball to Zach Forrest, though that doesn't seem like the smartest move. We're already at 8 first downs to their 0. They probably have moved the ball for negative yards in this game. And do we have them deep? We do. We don't. I thought we did, but that was a great play from the Duke cornerback to get a hand on the football. Alex Merriman takes off here. He shifts inside for the first. He just looks like he's playing on another level than the guys that he's facing off against. And there's the halfback wheel route I've been trying to feed throughout this whole season. I've stared it down. It's never gotten open. That is something that a few years ago in a football game, it would have been wide open. Gotta adjust to the times, though. 3rd down. Jeff Bobo is not going to get there. So we have been held to just 3 points by the Blue Devils. Now, they still haven't proven to me that they can get any yards whenever we send a blitz this heavy. Now that they have, we're going to have to get out of it. At least they're showing a little bit of life. We know that they needed that. The deep route is there. It's there, but it's knocked out. They still haven't earned that much of my respect, which is why we're going to send in a blitz on this next play. Quick read, and he's out of there. That is how we're going to reach the end of this first quarter. Up 17-0 early on. As you can see, negative 10 rushing yards to 97. If they want to run the football, it's not going to be against us. I've also made an adjustment here. We're going to start pressing some of these receivers. I'm hoping that can make a difference for us. It doesn't. It just gives up an easier throw. That was actually awful. They literally just ran straight by. Oh, well, here on 2nd and goal, they're finally getting a positive gain on the ground. So maybe we aren't just going to run away with this game. Duke has shown just a little bit of life, not too much, but enough to have me a tad bit concerned. But I still think we'll pick up this 3rd and 5. Alex Merriman's open underneath, and that's what we wanted. The smarter we're playing, the better this is going to go. As much as I would just love to start sending balls down the field, these short runs are what's going to win us the game. 3rd and 4, we're looking at the halfback angle route or the drag, which Zach Forrest just runs straight underneath. And they're sending in a lot of blitzes, but we can get around that too. That's how good Alex Merriman is on the ground. Unfortunately, there was an injury timeout, so the clock has stopped. I say that because my goal was for this to be the final drive of the first half. Duke knows that, which is why they're calling timeouts as well. They don't want to get out of this game. So we're just going to continue to do the same thing, and it's open. Now, here's the thing. We're watching all of these routes versus man-to-man coverage where they just throw it, and I went for a hit stick. They found their way around what we're doing again, and I just broke off because I figured we'd get there. An injury timeout has helped them even more, and they're about to score a touchdown. I mean, this is going to take them no time at all unless they throw the ball straight back to us, which is always a possibility. And that is going to force them to use their final timeout. Now, you could argue that this is a terrible idea, which it might be. But here's the thing. If they take a sack, they're not getting a field goal. That was the greatest thing we could have ever done. We set in 6, they only blocked 5, and they weren't expecting us to be that aggressive. I'm actually really liking some of these half zone coverage, half man-to-man looks. I don't know if it's actually going to work. We really do need to cover this side of the field over here because they could just torch it. And here we go. Huge 3rd and 16. They have a corner. He had all the time in the world. We should have sent more than 6. We should have sent more than 6. We're going to try and drag him down. That right there was a perfect example of what you don't want to do whenever you're in a pretty good position. Though I'm not sure I respect the defense that they're coming out in. I should have. This game's not over. It's now 2nd and 18. We're going to throw that one. They were able to get in our face immediately again. And we threw it straight at this linebacker as he was staring at us. I don't have much more to say besides Duke is in this game. It's always the teams that we think are going to be the easiest wins that end up giving us these battles. We came out so hot, but that's all that it was. Whether we got that sack or not, we're only going to be up by 1 possession. So it is time to return to the running game where we already have some really good blocks on this play. This is probably just going to tire out Alex Merriman. You can tell that he's not as explosive as he was early on in this game, but he's going to take this carry and it's back. We open this one up with this play right here. We've been able to get them with the play action again with Zach Forrest running under it. And this is a very solid response drive. They tried to send in a blitz. Considering we only picked up 2 yards, I'd consider it pretty successful still. And it's going to be 3rd and 8. We might have Micah Tease depending on where that corner's playing, but I'm just not going to feel comfortable trying to give him the football. And Josh Neiman better clutch up so we can go back up by 10. We are not playing like a team that wants to win a national championship. Mid-sack, he got that throw out. And you know who's getting burned. It's Tim Ball. It's not a surprise. We didn't have to be that aggressive there, but we chose to be, and it's going to hurt us. Let's go. 9, 10. He keeps going. He moves so fast that I still to this day struggle to control him. And did you know that Duke has negative 41 rushing yards in this game? That's just a crazy stat to me, but I'm throwing a blind read. I just threw them back into this game. They can tie it up. I don't even know what I was thinking there. They know that they've got to block, and they're going to have the deep post. He mosses it. He catches it on our head and breaks the tackle. We have found a way to blow a 17-0 lead. We're so washed. There's no way we're going to win a national championship playing like this. It's a fumble too. It's a fumble too. I genuinely don't know how we're going to win this game now. They break a tackle. Luckily, lineman in the way. I just can't believe it's even gotten to this point in the first place. And all I know how to do is run what's worked for us all year. This is going to be known as the Great Lock-In. Whenever we figured that we just got to play better. When we decided to turn around our season after starting so embarrassingly in this playoff game. Okay, we got to make this tackle in time before the marker, and we do. They're going for it, though, and I respect this so much. It's a direct halfback snap. And he is gone. I don't know what happened. I don't know where we went wrong. I really don't. Cover 2? A terrible throw. I'm feeling the pressure right now, I can tell you that. We got a slant, and they block it. Absolutely nothing is going our way at the moment. 2 guys immediately getting their rush in. Okay, we're having to make this after the play. It's a good adjustment that we catch. Now what are we going to do? I think we got to look for another deep ball to Jeff Bobo. He's going to catch it? He does. I just can't believe we're down by 11 points right now. We're going to have Robinson underneath, and he's going to get us the first. But none of this is going to matter anyway if we can't get a stop against Duke. We might as well go for this 2-point conversion. I don't think it's the worst idea, but that certainly does not help. And we're in to not force a fumble. Is it delusional to still be running this defense? I mean, we just got an instant sack. We can drop back into coverage on 3rd and 15. Kevin Crum is generating pressure. They make a throw on the run, and I'm not clicking on. I expect us to wrap up here. Okay, we're going to get the ball back with about 2.5 minutes left on the clock. That is more than enough time to make something happen here, but we're not going to get a big punt return. I think where we've been at our best is when we've had them spaced out, though that's going to be knocked out. And do we think Alex Merriman is about to save the day on the ground? That's my hope. He cuts to the outside, but that's a truck, not a juke. At this point, if we make any mistakes, this game is over, which is why that's an awful, awful read. It's 4th and 6 now. Alex Merriman is going to be my first throw that I would have taken, but we saw Zach Forrest got open. And I just realized we've barely completed 50% of our passes, so that's where we have gone wrong in this game, especially Big run out of Alex. Still a minute left on the clock. We're starting to take it down because we know it is touchdown or it is bust. It looks like they're going to run some man-to-man coverage here, which means we're not going to be able to throw the bubble, even though I would have loved to. And do we think Micah Tease gets open here? I have a feeling he might. If it's zone coverage, oh, we have the delayed route. We have the delayed route. We're in the end zone. That is such a good play. It might become the one that we use in all short yardage situations. We roll out, and then we hit them. We kick this just in bounds to where they have to go for a return as well. Okay, as long as they don't get a huge gain out of this play, then I don't think it's going to be possible for them to get in field goal range. But what did they do? What did they just do? They got a huge gain out of the play, and they ran. They ran here. 2 seconds on the clock. We are 2 seconds away from getting into the semifinals with Arkansas for the very first time, and that ball is not even reaching the end zone. I was a little bit worried there. We have lost off of a Hail Mary before, but that was not the look that they would have wanted. And I just stressed out every fan in attendance for no reason at all. As we head on to the semifinals, it's pretty obvious to me that Notre Dame's going to make the national championship on the other side. I still want to check out this Buffalo roster, though, that's been able to go 15-0. And they have an 89 overall quarterback that has been carrying them with a really good freshman receiver. That tracks. Anytime we see some of these small schools having a lot of success like that, being able to go undefeated, it's always because they have a really high overall quarterback and it helps them perform well in sim. We got to worry about Miami first, though. Before we can even think about Notre Dame, this is what we have to deal with because you saw how we handled Duke. And it kind of woke me up to the fact that just blind sending 6 or 7 guys in every play, not the best move. Didn't we have him sacked? Ultimately, that's why we do it, because of plays like that right there. Hopefully on 3rd and 6, they don't get enough time to make a read. They're just throwing it up on Tim Ball, and he was there. Not one player on our team had a successful pass rush move, though. That speaks volumes to me. We're still cutting it back twice, and it's time for our offense to take the field. My favorite first play of the game has returned, just in case they try to disrespect our ability to not only run, but throw too. You cannot only sell out for the run. It's how we set up Alex Merriman to get so many good carries this season. I don't mind grinding out a lot of play action plays throughout this matchup. We are going to need to make an adjustment, though, to get this to Jeff Bobo. And I'm going to be honest, that probably should have been an interception. If we can get some man-to-man coverage, I had it designed up to where we could have scored a tutty. But at the end of the day, they're not guarding Jeff Bobo the way that they should be. So we'll continue to feed him. And do you know how many rushing yards Alex Merriman currently has in this game? He has -8. And we're not going to hit him through the air. I think we just got held to a field goal. I mean, look at that blitz coming in. The defense there just confused Devonta Worthy, but at least we're up by 3. Seems like they're going to come out with a jet touch pass. It's play action, and we have 3 guys on it. You see how aggressively we're coming at him? I will gladly send 7 here. Do we trust our guys to drop back and play good coverage on 3rd and 16, though? That is the question. They've tried to run it. And so we're just going to be getting this football back. Rodney Fields Jr. burst of acceleration. Just the kicker trying to stop him. And we got caught. I thought he had a punt return there. It's unfortunate. We've not seen many punt returns since like season 1. Seriously, go ahead. Move this back. Go ahead and hold us to just a field goal off of some flags. You know what? I'm going to trust our offensive linemen to win these one-on-one battles here. I'm going to trust them. I'm going to trust them to part the Red Sea as we hurdle for a first. I guess it's more like parting the White Sea. I'm throwing this. I liked the look, but we can't catch it. Not the end of the world, though. We'll just go with a counter, and it's going to leave the middle wide open. No reason we should not punch it in on this next play, which we do. I'm not going to get confident, though. I'm not going to get cocky, because this is the same way we started against Duke. The computer adjusts to what you're running, so they're going to pick up on the fact that we're out there in mid-blitz a lot. And this is what happens once they pick up on that fact. Tim Ball's got some wheels on him trying to catch. But it was too late, and I almost wish that we would have just played coverage that whole drive and made them at least work for the touchdown. That's the downside of all these blitzes. We end up giving up touchdowns that they don't even have to work for. Does Zach Forrest have the step? I think he did. It was put into the right spot, too, so I really don't mind running it back. Or we'll just go over the middle to Travis Smith Jr. I think this is going to be a pretty offensive-heavy game, just like our last one against Duke. You see how that counter just gets blown up, though? We're going to go with another counter. This is the one that we scored on that last play with last drive, or at least came close to it. That one sets us up for far more success. Halfback screen, good blocks, Alex Merriman to the 11. We just have to figure out which counters are going to work for us and which ones are going to cause us to lose yards most of the time, because some of them can be really good. We'll see if they bite down here. They do, which gives us Travis Smith Jr. I feel like every time we use those RPOs that have a slant in them, it's so effective. The ball's loose. They scooped it. I guess we could not get to it quick enough, though we're stuck over the middle, and he's just going to scramble. He's going to scramble. That's completely fine with me. 3rd and 11. We got the pass commit out. That's not there. It's not there. You're trying to throw it against a 94 overall linebacker. The day Marcus Tucker lets that slide is the day he no longer has a spot on this roster. You see that slant with the RPO too? It's open. It's open a lot of the time, especially the better that we run the ball on the ground, 24-7. Just like that, Miami's got some pressure put on them. And I've decided not to be aggressive here. We're not going to blitz. There's a size mismatch. I'm trying to deflect it, but they're going to hit us with a flag. Tim Ball can't help himself but making a mistake. That's better than him getting mossed, though. That's for sure. They're not going to run it here. If they try and test us deep, I mean, I think we'd be able to pick it off. Look how quick he's exploding. I keep seeing reasons why we can't give Sean Quarterman time back there. That move basically just handed them another first down, though. Hang on. They caught that instead of us picking it. Oh, well, at some point, they're going to have to earn their yards. It's going to have to come off of more than just stuff like penalties. The run sets them up. And I think it's best for us to have a quarterback spy out there knowing how much their quarterback likes to run. Look at the box. Look at the box. Okay, we knocked it loose. He literally placed that right where it needed to be. Luckily, their tight end's not that good. And I bet we're going to be able to suck them down real good here with this play action. No, we're not. No, we're not. They get a blitz in. Bad judgment there. Bad decision. Though they've come out pressing, which almost makes me want to throw it again. We should. We should. Zach Forrest got the step. Zach Forrest got the step, but he's going to be caught. That's almost even better, though. We can just make sure this is the last drive of the first half. Hit him with a 7-yard loss. Just another mistake on our part that makes no sense at all. But if Jeff Bobo's going to be this good, I guess it'll be all right. After chewing the clock, there's only 10 seconds left. I did not mean to take it down this far. I'm trying to hike it as quick as I can. I think we're going to be able to get into the end zone on this play, just reading the numbers game over there. And we do. I'd consider that an incredible first half. We're up 31-10. We'd have to play pretty bad in the second half in order to mess this up. And we just hurdled through 2 guys. Jeff Bobo is seriously him. That was awesome. What a tight end. What a play. And we're just going to hand it off to Alex Merriman. Oh, he's going to fight his way to the 2. The game against Duke woke us up. It felt like we were going to lose it, so much so that we're now actually playing well. It was a miracle that we even came out on top against them, considering we were down by 11 there in the 4th quarter, but now we're stunting on Miami. I would consider us ready for Notre Dame. What are they going to go with here? What are they going to go with? 3rd and 19. We'll just back everybody off. There is no reason for us to play this very aggressively. You can't cut over the middle of the field for an easy completion either. Now, it says underneath, Notre Dame and Buffalo still haven't played, so I guess we don't know the result of that one yet. But from here, what I'm going to try to do is just run out clock, turn on 2 clock, because we're up by 28. There is no reason for us to even try and score more. As I'm doing that, something I just thought about is we should be benching Alex Merriman so he's not tired. I think our management of his health has just been incredibly effective this season. And now is the time to continue to test out this RPO with a slant. Oh, it's so open. It's not even close. You know, it's weird to me that we just annihilated Miami like that because Duke kept it so close, but we gave them the beatdown. I'm pretty sure the Hurricanes ended up actually winning the ACC, maybe over the Blue Devils. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Devonta Worthy has set the Arkansas single-season passing yards record. He'll be in the record book forever now, alongside Alex Merriman, alongside Jaylen Brown from a couple of years ago, and then, of course, Zina Umili-Zulu. Players like that have one final game, and we've gotten Buffalo in the Natty. They were able to take down the Fighting Irish by 7 points. Now they're undefeated. They're the only undefeated team left in the country, which does make me fear them a little, especially the way they shut down Notre Dame's run game. They had 23 carries for just 40 yards against the Bulls. I told you, Colin Hurley is no joke. He was able to carry them by passing for a lot of yards. This is not who I was expecting in the national championship, though. Amani Cologne, a receiver that we're going to have to watch. He only has 3 receiving touchdowns this season. They average 33 points per game. They're 71 overall. You would think that this would be a cakewalk. I cannot see it that way, though. If we do, we'll come out and we will just embarrass ourselves. Either this is going to be the final game in this Arkansas series, or there's going to be another episode on the way because we can't win it all this season. Now, if there was a team we should feel pretty confident about this mid-blitz against, it should be the Bulls. They already got 10 on the ground. That was James McNeil Jr. there. I'm watching their routes versus us, and Tim Ball, it's Tim Ball. It's Tim Ball. What do we expect? He's always been the problem. He's always been the issue. It took Buffalo no time to get in front. We're going to hit them with this RPO with the slant and hopefully get a big gain out of it because there was no way they were prepared to stop Zach Forrest. It's just such a joke that we've already gone down by 7 points against the Bulls, a team where it feels like we should be able to do about anything that we want. Maybe we don't need to get super aggressive against them. Maybe what we need to do is just play simple coverage, and this is a team that we can play coverage against. I don't know, that just rubbed me the wrong way that is how we opened up the national championship. We can't make it all this way to lose to Buffalo. On 2nd and 8, I got a couple drags that I'm going to try and take, though they're locking them down. So much so that I'd rather pull out this RPO glance post on 3rd down, and we threw it straight by his head. Honestly, I thought that was going to be intercepted, and we should be trailing 7-0. If Tim Ball gets toasted one more time, I promise he will be benched, and he will not see the field again for us in this game. Great pressure from us. I think we can handle this on 3rd and 5 as well. We got the tight end. They're going to have Tim Ball deep. Tim Ball just got beat deep twice. Get out. Get out. I don't care you're our #1 cornerback. You will never see the field again. It's ridiculous. I'd rather have a wide receiver out there playing corner. I'd rather have Micah Tease playing corner than him. This is so embarrassing for us. We're going to send 8 in on this play, but if they're going to keep it on the ground, fumble. What's it going to take to just hand us one of those? Running back thought he was going to be open for a second. He decided to stay on a route, though. On 3rd down, they're splitting our zones, and they're in. There is Amani Cologne. I don't know what type of defense they're running here. It didn't seem like it was going to be that effective versus us, but we could fumble. Kind of weird to have 3 high safeties like that whenever we could always just run the football. I mean, Alex Merriman can still get big carries. We might just have an offensive shootout on our hands. Yeah, we have an offensive shootout on our hands because we're going to be gone to the crib 14-all. Now, without Tim Ball on the field, Buffalo might struggle to move the ball as well. Maybe not, though. You see how a lot of our players are literally just getting run straight by? We got caught up there? Oh, no. Oh, no, this cannot be happening. I don't think we were using mid-blitz this aggressively whenever we had so much success this year. I think we were more so just mixing it in, which is what I'm going to try and do here, but that's a great play. We're just getting torched. You probably saw Buffalo in the national championship and thought, oh, that's an easy win. I'd argue this is somehow going to be harder than Notre Dame would have been for us. That takes us to the end of the 1st quarter, where things are tied up at 14-14. But they're about to score. I cannot believe that they have 216 passing yards against us. Like, that doesn't even feel real. All it took was 1 quarter for that. 3rd and goal. I'm thinking they've got to throw the ball, since that's how they moved down the field most of this game. They are so scared of us going deep against them, too. I mean, you can see it. Once again, coming out 3 high safeties. It's just weird for them to do that. I am certainly going to start looking for it, though, if that's what they're trying to prevent. The juke move from Worthy is going to allow him to complete this pass or not. We probably should have just scrambled there. What do we got on 3rd down? Oh, no. It's going to be a pick or a draw. Are we seriously about to be outplayed by Buffalo? I mean, we've not stopped them yet, and they have a chance to go up by 2 possessions on this drive. I'm going back to the 3-3-5 split. Their quarterback is clearly talented enough to handle our blitzes. We forced it loose. We scooped it up. Oh my gosh, Quinton Ford runs under it, and it is 21-all. Did we really need that to stay in a game versus Buffalo? I kind of feel bad for Colin, actually. He's played so well to be in a competitive game versus us, and that's his first mistake. He was just trying to make a big play for his team, but it's going to hurt them, and it's going to hurt them a lot. Here we go. On 3rd and 5, we're going to pinch our defensive line. We're watching for any bubbles. I don't know if we can get back to that. There's just too much time, I'm going to be honest. There is way too much time, but he can't make it. I just can't believe how bad our pass rush still is at this point in the rebuild. That might be the one part of the sliders that you could argue wasn't tuned the best, but I think it's kept things very competitive. Like, the fact that we're here in Season 4 playing a close game against Buffalo, I like it. Give me that. We tried. It made the SEC feel like we're actually playing in the SEC. I'm sitting here gloating, though, like this game's over. It is still all tied up, 21-all. And we're going to have to punt it back to the Bulls again. Here we go. 3rd and 17. They got their pressure in. We're running around. We complete the pass. What are we going to do with it afterwards, though? Nothing. I'm going to try a super low and hard punt. See if they can even get to this in time. I figured they probably wouldn't. And all that we did against them on the last drive was just run stock cover 3 with some hard flats. No reason to keep things any more complicated than this. Oh, my gosh. There's just no way. You think you got it figured out, and then Amani Cologne and Colin Hurley hook up. Here we go, 2nd and goal. It's a run to the outside that they cut back. I think with the quarterback spy out there, we should have things sorted for this 3rd down. Where are we covering, dude? There was only one guy in the area, and we just decided it wasn't worth stopping him. I actually love this look, though. Come on. What are we doing? I don't get it. The Bulls had it set up to be up by 7, and then they came out as aggressively as we are. I'm about to start user and Moses counsel too. What happened on that last drive should never happen again. Just like that, 2nd and 14. They're chewing the clock. They want to get this to halftime all tied up at 28. I think they can feel the momentum starting to shift a little bit. This is why I'm user and Moses. They almost had that still. The good news is we can come out and just send 6 in here, and I don't think they'll pick it up. I'm an idiot. They did. Okay, well, on this 1st and 10, we'll just give up a slant as well. No press. And I will continue to stay this aggressive. Why not? Oh, that's why. We're going to sit there and celebrate a no-fly zone like they couldn't have just had another touchdown. Some of the things I see from this team, they're sickening. It's unbelievable stuff. On 3rd down, they're trying to find it over the middle. They don't have it. And I feel like Colin Hurley put that in the right spot. His receiver just wasn't on the same page as him. From this point, we could take things to the half, but I want to give Alex Merriman a couple opportunities to bust off a big run because I see the potential out of him as he's at the 45. Just like that, we've made it possible to score points to end this first half, and Jeff Bobo has it. You knew that's exactly how that was going to go every single time. I don't think that's worth forcing. We might as well just take our field goal now before I throw an interception. So we're up 31-28. What a first half for a natty. Buffalo's given us a better game than Miami ever could have. Hopefully we can pull away though. I mean, with multiple slants out there on the field, I'm expecting us to complete this. And just look at the way they're going to try and start to guard us. They're going to have to get aggressive. The second they bite down too hard, Zach Forrest is going to be gone deep. And that might just be here. But we got to throw it away. I have to give them credit there for that. 3rd down here. We're going to be short of the marker, but Micah Tease does not seem to care. It is a 1st down for the Razorbacks, and you know who's on a corner route? Jeff Bobo? It's not open. It is not open. I can't believe how bad corner routes are. I mean, we can never find someone on them, it feels like. It's about to be 3rd down, and I think Travis Smith Jr. is our only read here that I'd realistically take. It's a great throw. He's underneath it, and he gets past one defender. All you have to do is just start spamming hurdles, and it seems to work wonders. That's what we've done here. Then they're going to send in a little bit of a blitz. They got aggressive on us, which wasn't the right choice. I really want them to bite down hard. We'll have the slant. It'll be the easiest touchdown of all time. And this could be where we start to pull away in this game, but it all comes down to what happens on this next drive. I like it. All good things right there. Osborne lurking around in the area. It's a handoff, but they're not going far. Okay, we're going to move Moses Council over here. He's going to guard the seam. Osborne's responsible for this entire seam here. It's a lot of ground for him to cover. A lot of ground on the freshman. But it's Buffalo. And we're there. We're so there. He throws it straight at us. I'm so sorry, Colin Hurley, but your efforts are going to come up short. That felt so good there. That genuinely just felt so good. They've gotten to a 3rd and 7, and I feel like from this moment, Buffalo kind of knows what's happening. They've done it again. Colin, you're falling apart, man. You're going to give us back-to-back pick 6s to 2 freshman linebackers. I'd say who knew that all we had to do was switch over to zone coverage, but they have been able to drive down the field with us sitting in zone coverage, so there's that. Colin Hurley's finally put together some good plays, and they're in. The 2-point conversion is pretty important. I feel like we could still get good pass rush in, even with only these 4. Nothing. Oh, no, there's definitely something there. Problem is, the Bulls are still down by 16 points with only 6.5 minutes left in this game. And Rodney Fields Jr. is going to get the kickoff return we have been looking for all year. They've just collapsed in these final few minutes. Like, I know Colin Hurley had a few interceptions, but he has played really well. At least in comparison to the Bulls defense. They've not done them any favors at all. Here on 3rd and goal, looks like they're going to have a couple slants that they're going to try and throw. It worked. But how much longer are they going to stay in this national championship? I will gladly run commit here. It's not a run? Oh, it is. Oh, it is. It's over. It's over. Still down 3 possessions with 5 minutes left. You're not getting the onside kick. Kelvin Hunter has it. And they've gotten desperate trying to stop us, but I don't think that's going to happen here. I honestly think Alex Merriman is just going to have a speed boost around everybody and score a touchdown. At the end of the day, we won 69-42. We put up 69 points in the national championship, and we've done it. It took 4 seasons, but Sam Pittman and Arkansas have won a national championship. This was a fun little mini-series to do with the Razorbacks. I had a great time with it. If you all want more mini-series like this, let me know. I want to do one at least with a military school this year. Outside of that, though, I can come up with a lot of different concepts, like doing it with a team from Alaska. All sorts of stuff, because I just get more invested when it's done this way. Alex Merriman, 1st-round pick, of course. Marcus Tucker was also a 1st-round pick. Daryl Cush, one of our good defensive tackles, got drafted high. I can't believe Tim Ball went in the second round. Micah Tees even went in the third round because this is all based off of overall. But that's going to do it. In this short time frame, we won a lot of trophies with the Razorbacks. I feel like we filled up this room really well as we scroll through all of these. There are a lot of rivalries that we have. And if you all want to see another rebuild series like this, just make sure you're subscribed and like the video. It gives me the feedback to go off of and say, hey, I need to do this again. Also, check out some of my other content. If you made it this far, I will see you all